Lap scratch race. We've got Danica Blinko, Ella Liang. Ella had a good couple of wins over the last 2 days. Molly McGill, Seb Topping, Chris Woodley, Olivia Wright, Will Holzberger, Matilda Pratt, that's Archie's sister from there from Bundy, Maddie Smith, Sophie Watts, Vic Smith from Rockhampton, Georgie Tucker, my best friend Flynn Larkins, and Julie Barnett, fresh back from her World Championships a couple of months ago.
Well, Julie did quite well at the Worlds, actually. She's picked up a few gold medals there. Good to see her back on the track again down here today.
Great to see her back after all the training she put in for Worlds. Look at that beautiful jersey that Julie's wearing. Good to see her out on the track again.
Okay, let's see what happens with this one, Larko. They sort of rolled around in the last one. We've got a few of our sprinters in here who probably be riding later on, so just see if they do the same sort of thing as what they did with the men's.
Much bigger field in this one, much more spread out as Flynn Larkins leads them around. They're coming down the home straight. Looks like quite a serene ride at the moment. Everyone quite happy to take their time, take it easy. We've got Molly McGill off the front now. Molly's obviously got a lot of pace in those legs as well. She'll be looking to do something in the Kierins later on.
Well, none of the riders too keen to stay on the front at the moment, all just sort of rolling around and then swinging up. Quite happy to, once again, just as you said, maybe using it as a bit of a warm-up.
Around they come now. It looks like that's Victoria Smith maybe, or is that Olivia?
It's Olivia Wright.
Off the front, Ella Liang, she's up there as well. They all look very casual. This looks like the start of a Sunday beach ride.
It does. It does, doesn't it? You've got Sophie Watts just sitting there in the front now, just looking around. Everyone quite content. Just to keep turning the legs over.
So looking through the field, Georgie Tucker, the only Tucker not related to Ken Tucker up from Rockhampton. He's stalking around in the middle there. He's grown about 15 feet over the winter period as well.
He has from when he was a junior down here last year, but just having said that, you mentioned Ken there. I heard Reggie's not real well at the moment. So hopefully he gets a bit of a recovery and gets back on his feet.
Send our good thoughts out there. Here they go. Now the pace starts to heat up. Ella Liang not willing to relinquish her spot on the front. So they get 4 laps to go. 1 kilometre now. 1 more to go. They come across the full track. You're just trying to catch up on the back there.
You got
they come now.
Sophie Watts just sitting there in second wheel, just keeping an eye on what's happening, in a good position. If they decide to go, she'll be able to go with them. Unless she gets boxed in by everyone going past. Let's see what happens now.
Ella Liang just keeping a good eye on what's going on in the front there. Looking around, making sure no one's going to make any surprise moves. Molly McGill there as well. All the QAS riders right up the front. Here we're getting a move from Julie Barnett. That's dangerous for everybody as they come around 3 and 4. They'll get 2 laps to go this time around.
Yeah, they're starting to pick the pace up a little now. Ella Liang still sitting in that same spot watching what's happening. There goes Molly McGill around. She's getting up into a good position to ride. She's starting to pick the pace up now.
Now the pace is pumped right up. You can see the gear difference as well. The juniors cranking. The others still got a good cadence on them. There they go. There's the bell.
Okay, Molly McGill's out of the saddle. She's going with Danica Blinko's out chasing her. And you've got Sophie Watt underneath there trying to get through. Ella Liang still coming through. George Tucker's legs are spinning at 1,000 mile an hour. They're coming around into the home straight now, and it's going to be Danica Blinko that'll take that out. Molly McGill and then Sophie Watt. As you mentioned, with the difference of the gearings, you can see George Tucker's legs as he was trying to come around the outside up the top there on that smaller gear. He was spinning quite well to try and improve his position.
It's quite stark the difference when you see George at about 7,000 RPM and the rest going at about 300 RPM. There's a big difference in that gear.
Yes, it is, and it does make a lot of difference. But remember, the younger bodies are capable of spinning a little bit quicker.
Up next, another 10-lap scratch race this time. Zach Douglas Savage, Bodie Dusha, Josh Franks. Bodie and Josh were inseparable yesterday. Alex Gilfetter, fresh off his 1,000-lap effort last night. Stella Kay, Sienna Monteith, Megan Moore, April Paddy. April's having a great couple of days as well. Bella Potts, Joey Black, Chloe Buckley, Eden Sealy Cunnington, Chloe Bowen and Maddie Taylor.
Tell you what, there's been some good racing in that field over the last couple of days, just watching them out there. A lot of the riders riding very smart, and you must remember there's all sorts of different categories in there, so not only you've got to watch what's happening in the race as a total, you've got to keep an eye out on the person whom you're actually competing against.
Good development for the juniors coming through in their 7 17s, 19s and elites getting the opportunity to race against the older riders. Even Silly Cunnington, didn't she mix it up yesterday? Every time she got on the front, she put on a burst of pace and everyone would have to play catch up.
Well, it's the only way she rides. When she's here on Tuesday night, she does the same thing. Everyone, you can see them. As soon as Eden gets towards the front, you can see everyone just give a big sigh and just get ready to go.
If there's one young man you can count to match things up, that's Zach Douglas Savage. Off he goes, he's off the front looking around. He doesn't just sit there and watch the race go by. As they come around now, looking down the back straight. Is that Willem Elliott on the front? Can't see. It is, with a red helmet.
A little bit, not quite as sedate as the last two events. They're picking this up a little bit now. You've got Chloe Buckley just swung up from her turn riding on the front. No real pace. Swapping turns once again.
Bella Potts on the front now. She'll swap over to Megan Moore. She's got Chloe Bowen on her wheel. Chloe coming across from triathlon, really successful on the road. Now trying her hand at track. Sienna Monteith in that awesome pink helmet that we can always call for. She's down from Townsville now representing Balmoral.
Okay, Maddie Smith moved through. Maddie Taylor, sorry, moved through to the front to do a bit of a turn there. Still no real pace on here. The girls have just picked, all these riders just picked it up a little bit.
Now it's starting to pick up a little bit. Is that
Joey Black?
Front, yeah. He mixed it up yesterday. There's Alex Gilfetter. Oh, look who's out the front. Zach Douglas Savage. He loves to mix things up. Willem Elliott, he has to speed up to catch up. There's a bit of a gap now as they come through. ZDS on the front. Josh Frank's just after him. Here they go. The young guns trying to make their move with 5 to go.
Yeah, Matty Taylor bridged that across there, took some of the riders, some of the others. A bit of a split in the field. Eden Cunnington trying to bring him back up there again. Here we go, still hammering out here at the front.
Joe.
He
gives the elbow, there's no one there.
Yeah, Daylight was second. Okay, let's see what happens now. The field a bit strung out in single file. Joey Black back on the front, followed by Zach.
Here they come. Zach takes the lead, followed by Megan Moore, Chloe Bowen in there, Willem Elliott, Maddie Taylor, Alex Gilfetter, Josh Franks and Sam Monteith. Definitely some big gaps starting to open up now. The strategies work. They've really strung out the field as they come down the back straight. As Joey Black gets on the back of Sam Monteith. They've slowed down just a little bit, giving hope to the chasing pack. I think that's Bodie Dusha trying to catch up. Alex Choi, we didn't see him yesterday, but now he's back. He's in the front of the chasing pack. No, that's not Alex Choi. Sorry, that's the 18 of Stella Kay. Sorry, Stella. I thought that was Alex Choi.
Okay, looks like we got, I think that's Alex, just jumping out of the saddle to lead them up a little bit here. They're coming to get the bell this time. They come in.
Well, they come, these riders all line up together as well. Alex Gilfetter still in front. Josh Franks hot on his wheel. Willem Elliott's making a big move around the outside. Round turn 3 and 4. Zach Douglas Savage held up in the middle there by Joey Black. Round they come. Willem Elliott's cool as a cucumber. Across the line. Joey Black with the throw to take it in the air.
Yes, William Elliott, he likes it when the pace gets up. He's got the speed, he hasn't got the strength to kick it hard like the others, but once the speed's up and about, he can match it with them. He's rode a few good events yesterday doing exactly the same thing.
Very hard to read Willem Elliott. His face expression doesn't change very much, and I'm not sure if he enjoys it or not, but he definitely comes across the line very fast.
Yes, that was a good event to watch. Next one up, we've got a few more of our juniors competing. It's good to see.
So another 10 laps. Felix Crossman, Cam Franks, Flynn Jensen, Ollie Urry, Hunter Davis, Ben Rudd, Elise Vaughan with her brother Liam Vaughan, Riley Dixon, dipping his toe in the track racing, Kenzie Smith, Ollie Hutchison, Annalise Murray, and Alex Choi is in this one. There he is out on there. He's got the same white jersey on that I saw that Stella Kay had on.
Well, it's not the same one, it's just the same colour.
Yeah, with my old eyes and looking from up here, it all looks the same.
yeah, I know what you mean. I look across that far across the track, I can see two of them. Okay, riders rolling around now. Some of these young bloods in here might decide they've got to go a bit harder. Cam Franks will probably try and play the game a little bit. Hunter Davis will. So there goes one of the Bundy riders, Benjamin Rudd, leading him around. Benjamin and Joey Black had a good ride last night in the event they were in. mixing it up with the others.
Yeah, they work together well, so they mixed it up. They put the pace on and off, so mixing it up for all the riders.
Right.
Come around now. That's Elise Vaughan from Bundy. She's up there with Hunter Davis from Bundy as well. Flynn Jensen getting in the mix.
There's still no real pace on a lot of these riders this morning. Maybe they're a little weary after 2 days of racing. Or maybe they just know they've got a long day ahead of them.
Flynn Jensen on the front now. He'd swap over with Alex Choi as they come around. Alex making his comeback two-track racing. That looks like Mackenzie Smith as she comes through. Followed by Felix Crossman. Oh, here we go. Ben Rudd, he's going to make the move. He wants the pace higher than what he's got. Round he goes. They watch the Bundy Bowl rider fly by. Felix Crossman, what's he got in the tank to try and catch up? He's going to try and do it solo. No one going with him. Everyone at their limit. Ben Rudd straight through. Felix Crossman across the line now. Everyone pushing. Mackenzie Smith. Holly Hurry, he's had a good couple of days as well.
Hello, here we go. So Ben Rudd's looking around now. He swings up. Well, the rider he's got in front of him isn't much of a rider to sit on, but it is all going to help. And now's the time when you start to think, was that a really good move to go out on my own and 6 laps to go?
At least there's 2 of them now. Who's that? There's that Liam Moore trying to catch up. That'll be a good addition to the front pack. If they can take turns, they can ride away with this, no problem at all. There's a big gap. Alex Troy trying to bridge it. It's about 50, 60 metres at the moment. Have they got the pace? Riley Dixon trying to come around now. Have they left their run too late? 5 laps to go.
Well, 3 riders at the front, if they all work together, they could probably maintain a gap like that. It's a little bit away. Riley Dixon once again being the one there, the small rider on the front trying to get across that gap. No, he's given up on it.
He's Cam Franks, he always has a go. He doesn't mind having a crack at it, but it looks like they're not working all that well together. Big gaps in between them, and off the front, Ben Rudd, Felix Crossman and Liam Vaughan, they're working well together. Quite a good cadence, not pushing themselves to the limit, but maintaining that gap.
Well, that's all they have to do now is ride tempo with the gap like that of 60 metres. If they just ride tempo, they'll be able to maintain it, because as you said, the group at the back aren't working together. There's been a few individuals try and do something, but unless they will work together, they won't catch this group in front.
3 laps to go. It'll be a big effort to catch them. No one looking around. Alex Choi looking around. No one wants to go on the front. No one's going to catch if you're not going to work together. So round they go. Joey Black pulls up. Felix Crossman takes the lead. Liam Vaughan in second wheel now. They've almost got half a lap, Billy.
Yes, they have, and it's only 2 laps to go, so they'll just cruise and play the sprint game in the final lap.
So the chasing pack, they're fighting for 4th now. There's no way they're going to pick up this half lap with only a lap and a half to go. Round they go. Now the front pack's starting to play games. They're pushing each other up. This is going to be a match sprint finish. Joey Black's going for it. It worked for him 5 laps ago. Can he do it again? I think he might be able to. Felix Crossman trying to catch up as Joey Black goes around.
So let's call Joey Black Ben Rudd.
Ben Rudd, sorry. I think it's all the same. Ben Rudd, round he goes. No one's going to catch him. Liam Vaughan trying to get around Felix Crossman, trying to get around. Can he do it? Ben Rudd across the line to take the win, followed by Liam Vaughan, Felix Crossman, and the rest of the pack about 200 kilometres behind.
Yeah, the rest of the riders, they still look at that. There goes Cam Franks going through, sprint to the finish. But that's a good practice to do that, though, to get that in, that sprint finish at the end there. But that was, once those 3 riders away with a 60-metre gap, all they had to do was cruise.
Smart riding by the front 3. Just took their turns, waited till 1.5 laps to go before they really started to match it up. And Ben Rudd, well, using his position on the bank to get some speed, get around them and take off. And once he had that gap of 5-6 bike lengths, he was never looking back.
Okay, we're going to start the next event. Event 39 is the start of the Masters Omnium, and it's a 20-lap scratch race. One of the things we have in here, if anyone has a look over there, you'll find you've actually got a father and son out there in this event. But number 1 is Nicholas Banks Watson, and number 83 is Richard Watson. And both train with us there on the Tuesday night group. So this will be interesting to see. Maybe one might be talking to the other about the lead-outs. Oops, no, no collusion in bike racing. Doesn't happen. We've got Bradley Davis out there, whose son just raced in the previous event. Luke Boner, another Tuesday night, has just come back to Tuesday nights. Sean Crossman, who's also a Tuesday nighter, his son raced in the previous event as well. But in this one, father and son are in the same event.
Nick Banks Watson really good with other riders too, Billy. You see him on a Tuesday night with you, always willing to help the juniors out, give them some advice on their tactics and when to move, and really pushes them, gives them a good shout when he's riding behind them to make them up the pace a little bit.
He does, doesn't he? I think he scares some of them. But he helps them though. He'll ride with them and help them out, as most of the boys do there on a Tuesday night, because they like to see the juniors coming through. Rob Darley sitting there third wheel. He's got a good kick on him, Rob. Also pretty handy on the cyclocross racing.
So this is the first event of the state title for the Masters, for the Omnium. So 3 more races after this to decide the medals this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. They tried to talk me into this on Tuesday night. They said, why don't you enter for it? Yeah, well, that wasn't ever going to happen.
I'm sure you ride down at Drake, Billy. I think you are doing all right, actually.
Yeah, well, there's always a possibility. We'll go. There goes Richard Watson just swinging up off the track now. Still no real pace on, because these blokes know that they've still got another 3 main events to come after this, so they don't want to spend all their pennies just yet.
20 laps is a long way in a scratch race on the track, so no one's sort of wanting to do too much at the start. But as we talk, Nick Swanson gets to the front. He just ups the pace a little bit, just stretch everyone out and see who's got what.
Well, he hands it over to Sheldon Devandia, who's not too keen. He's had a couple of good nights or hard nights racing. So to see how he's going to go, because he's been riding pretty hefty throughout the event.
The pace is really starting to pick up, Billy, as they go around. I didn't say who's there, number 84 there. The UQ rider, I just didn't catch who that was. So they come through. Now it's really looking at that. Is that Jay Doraboo off the front?
Yes, it is. He's given away his steely. That's Luke Bonner on his wheel. Followed through then by Sean Crossman. Yes.
Sean relatively new to track as well. Probably only been a year. He took it up because his son was riding, and look at him go. Off the front they are. Here comes Nick Watson. He wants to catch up. Big gap to the rest of the group now. We've got 4 at the front, led out by Sean Crossman, followed by Jay Doraboo. Then Luke Bonner. Nick Watson makes contact.
Well, these are 4 very strong riders out there. Jay Doraboo is strong. Luke Bonner is a strong rider. And as we know, Nick Watson, he's just like a diesel engine. He just gets on there and he'll just go.
They've nearly gained half a lap in the last 2, Billy, as they go around. They can set a good pace now. They've got a little pace line going. Nick just kicks it up a little bit more. We know Jay Doraboo's got a good kick as well if they need the pace. Luke Bonner, you never count him out. And Sean Crossman, look at him go. He's straight on the wheel.
Well, no one in the back group's real keen to put in any big efforts to get across, so it'll be like the previous race. These riders now are just on a half a lap up, so they're not going to bring them back in 12 laps unless they all get to work together and work together. Brad Davis going through to the front now to see if he can do anything about getting over there, but I don't think they're going to work as a group.
Brad's a dynamo, but I don't think he can do it by himself, and it doesn't look like they're going to work cohesively on this one. So they go around Nick Watson, he's got it with Jay Doraboo, Luke Bonner and Sean Crossman. Easy half a lap now with 11 laps to go, 10 this time around.
They're coming through now. As you said, Sean's a bit new to this, but his brother Mark was quite handy on the bike as coming through his junior years and into his early elite years of racing. Took him away to a few carnivals over the years. Okay, still rolling around the back, same 4 riders. They're actually not working too hard and improving their position.
That was Richard Watson on the front. I don't think he's going to give too much chase to his son, so around they come now. Now there might be a bit of effort going into the chasing group. We saw a bit of a push at the pedals and it opened up a little bit, but there's still over half a lap distance.
But the other thing you must realise too is some of these riders in this back group are not in the same division as those in the front group, so they'll be watching their actual opponents in their divisions rather than trying to spend their legs to chase something down that is of no advantage to them.
That's true, and they're almost in the same straight now as Nick back on the front. He's followed by Luke, Jay Doraboo, Sean Crossman. They'll start to play games sooner or later as they start to catch up to the back of the pack. They don't want to get involved in that mess, but they do want to make sure that they've got an advantage over the other 3 riders in that front group.
See, when you have a look through here, Nick Watson is actually the only Masters 2 rider in the event. You've got Brad Davis and Luke Bonner, who are both in Masters 3, some in Masters 4, then you go 5, 6, 8s. We've got no 7s. Wonder what happened to all our 7s. There's a 5-year gap there. But see, Richard Watson, Masters 8. There's no sense in him spending all his pennies to get across way over there because he's got it sewn up in his division.
Ron Hughes the same. He's the only Masters 9 out there, so he's got that wrapped up already as they come through.
But then they still want to get in there and race. Then you've got Gabrielle Bells. She's the only lady rider out there in this event.
I was trying to catch it. That is the number 84. so she's not going to chase either. We see Jay Dorabum, they've taken off the pace a bit, they've maintained this sort of 50-metre gap to the back of the chasing pack. They're not too keen on catching it just yet with 4 laps to go.
Well, the thing is, once they catch the pack, that all becomes the one group then, and these riders might say, well, it's a bit healthier if we stay back here and not involved with 4 people in a sprint than 20 people in a sprint.
So if we look at those front 4 riders, they are all in different categories, so they're not even racing each other. This will just be for an ego a little bit.
It's all about the glory.
The glory.
Yes, it's ego. Ego is not a dirty word.
So 3 laps to go as they... Ryan Elliott. Archie Pratt just adjusting his pedal position just a little bit. He wants the most comfortable takeoff he can get. Good to see Archie Pratt out there. He's an absolute champion of the young man down from Bundaberg. Corey's not too bad off the front there either.
One of the things I do find a bit strange, you just said there about tightening up the strap. Back when I was racing, we all wore straps, then people decided they go to these clip-in pedals, and now they go to clip-in pedals and then put straps on them. So...
Couldn't make up their mind, Billy.
No, my bike still has strap pedals on it. We run 2 straps on the pedals to help give you more security within the locking mechanism of the machines.
They come round, so everyone has to maintain position for his first lap of the race. Corey will be leading out Archie Pratt, followed by Mitch Louis, Ryan Elliott, Tom Choi and Eric on the back. The ones to watch, definitely there will be Mitch Louis, Ryan Elliott and Tom Choi. They'll have swivels on their necks, trying to make sure they're watching their opponents.
Well, how often over the last couple of years have we seen those 3 riders ride off against each other?
Good to watch, good hard racing, respectful racing, but hard. No quarter given between those three.
No, they know each other quite well. Corey knows them. He's ridden against them quite a few times, as has Eric over the years. All just rolling around now, quite sedate behind the motorbike, because these rides have changed a lot. There's no see as much, bumping and shoving that you used to get in these kind of events.
Dooney comes off now. Corey inherits the lead from Archie Pratt. Big move already from Eric. He wants to move up around the pace as they come around 1 and 2. Corey will want this pace high. Corey's a great high pace athlete as they come through. Archie Pratt trying to maintain his wheel as they come around. Mitch Louis starting to look around who's on his wheel. Eric, where did Ryan Elliott and Tom Choi go? He's wondering as they come around 1 and 2.
I think you'll find Ryan Elliott and Tom Choi are busy watching each other and not too worried about what's happening in the front. So Eric's moved right up onto the wheel there of Mitch Louis. Yes, they come in and get the bell. Corey Boddington leading them out. He's out of the saddle going. Pratt's hanging on. Mitch Louis hanging back. He's starting to come around now. Now we see Elliott and Choi make their move. Eric's not going any further. Mitch Louis coming around the outside now.
Mitch Louis around they come. Ryan Elliott from a long way back over Mitch Louis. I think Corey might have held on there for third. Tom Choi into fourth. Archie Pratt not too far off there either. Ryan Elliott having to come from a long way back to get around Mitch Louis.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, if you had watched that, it was Ryan Elliott and Tom Choi sitting at the back watching each other, waiting to see who was going to make the first move. Okay, now we're coming up to Heat 2. We've got our mate, Peter Macris, out there. Young Chris Mullins. Gerard O'Connell, as we know, hasn't been here. You've got Byron Philp, Matt Rowe, and Scott Slade is also scratching, so there'll only be the 4 riders in this event.
That strategy worked well for Ryan Elliott. Probably not so much for Tom Choi, who ended up coming in fourth. So maybe too much time watching Ryan and not enough about what was going on in front of him.
Yeah, that's one of the things you have to be very careful of. You still have to be, while you're watching the riders behind, you still have to be aware of what's happening in front. And you've got to know those riders in front too, as to whether they can go any harder or take it out, or whether you have the ability to catch them.
Right, so far we've only got Peter Macris and Chris Mullins. That looks like it might be a young Willem Elias coming to join them. Not on the program, but a Kierin with 2 riders isn't that exciting. So let's get Willem Elias in to shake things up. He'll always do his best in a bike race.
So some of the other riders might be saving their legs a little bit.
Some big rides from Byron and Matt Rowe yesterday, so they might be feeling it this morning. Maybe they had a bit of a sleep in, haven't made it to the Anamirs Velodrome yet.
Well, they could be saving their legs a little too. Okay, Macris going down onto the bike. He's going to roll away nice and steady there with that one. He's followed through then by Chris Mullins and then William Elias on the back. Elias, isn't it?
Elias. Elias. So they come around. So no change on the first lap. The riders have to maintain position until lap 2. If they can't find a gap, they do have to drop back to their original position. Round they come. Peter Macris having a bit of a stretch on the bike out the front there, or maybe playing with his computer or something. So
I definitely wouldn't be playing with his computer on the track.
No, you wouldn't think so. No. As they come around, Pete and Chris Mullins doing some good training together with you on a Tuesday night, Billy.
Yeah, they do. They come along there on a regular basis and get their training in. Working with the sprint boys, with Gerard and Bryson Fletcher, and even Josh Kluhag come along the other night for a ride. He had a bit of fun there on a Tuesday night as well.
It's good to see. Definitely as the season's starting to warm up, we're seeing more and more people there on a Tuesday night with your crew, Billy. As they come around, the Dooney will come off this time. Pete Macris will inherit the lead, followed by Chris Mullins and Willem Elias. Now, Chris and Willem Elias, they're on the same gears, but Peter Macris, he's got a big one to wind up, and he can exploit that if he's got the opportunity.
I bet he's got more than 3 digits on his gearing.
Definitely. If he can wind it up and the young bucks let him just slowly wind it up, good chance that he can run away with it. But here they go. They're starting to look around. Pete Macris looks at Chris. Chris looks at Will. Will just at the back, looking at both. He's a cool cucumber, that Willem Elias.
Well,
around the back.
Will's got the advantage. He hasn't got to turn around. He's just got to watch where he's going. He can see all the action in front of him. Macris up and down the lane there now as they come through this time to get the bell.
There he goes. He's out of the saddle as they go across the line. Now the jump starts. Who can get on the Pete Macris's wheel as they come around 1 and 2? Willem Elias around the outside. He's good at doing that down the back straight. Peter Macris really pushing him to the limit as they come around 3 and 4. Chris Mullins on Peter Max's wheel. So they come down the main straight. That'll be Will Amelius getting it just on the line over Peter Macris and Chris Mullins.
Well, as I said earlier, he hasn't got the kick off the mark, but he's got a good top-end speed, and he can match it with most of the riders there when it comes to a top-end speed. You see over in the back straight there, when he started coming around, Macris kicked it up another gear and started to pull away a bit, but William just managed to go with him.
Will just has to have like a second, third and fourth kick. He doesn't stop.
No, it's good to see. It was a good event, that. Okay, moving on to Heat 3 now.
Who we got next? We've got Denise Yang. They've got company with Molly McGill, Seb Topping, Chris Woodley, Sophie Watts and Julie Barnett.
Yes, this will be an interesting round. You've got a few riders there that pretty well on equal footing. Chris Woodley's been mixing it up a bit too over the last couple of nights. Him getting in there amongst it, so he's pretty handy on the bike. Julie Barnett, we haven't seen her so far earlier in the scratch race, but we'll see how she goes here. This is her type of riding. So sprinting and Kierin's.
Looks like Julie will be going in position number 7. So usually only 6 riders in a Kierin, but at the AMV Sprint Series, we try and match everyone up according to their ability. So Julie will make up 7 in this one. Molly McGill on the front. No, sorry, that's Danica on the front, followed by Ella Liang, Seb Topping, then Molly McGill. No, sorry, that's Sophie Watts on the front. Those QAS kits have got me bamboozled.
We should give each one a different coloured helmet. Or get them to wear different coloured socks.
Well, like Molly's doing that. She's got the white helmet on, so that helps us a little bit.
Well, I tried doing that last night with a couple of the riders, and I thought, okay, white helmet, white helmet as well. Okay, white frame, white frame again. Ah, yes, didn't help. So there we go. They roll away. They get the whistle this time. The riders will roll down on the bike in their respective positions.
Sophie Watts, she'll lead it out. She'll be followed by Ella Liang, followed by Seb Topping, I think there. Yeah, in the Balmoral kit, followed by Molly McGill and Sophie. Then we've got Chris Woodley and Julie Barnett.
Oh, it was Danica Blinko back there behind Molly.
Sorry.
But as you said, with the QAS colours, they all look the same to us that far away. And someone says, well, have a look at their number. I said, yeah, all right. They need bigger numbers. Actually, it wouldn't suit the juniors, would it? They'd be a wraparound.
Some of those juniors, like Seb Urry and Flynn Larkins, they might wear the whole number as a jersey.
Well, if you'll hear the older bike riders actually refer to them as a saddlecloth, because back in the day in some of the races we rode in, you had 3 numbers, but it was like a saddlecloth that went across your back. You had a number on each side and one in the middle of your back.
Would that be like a belt sort of thing that you'd...
It actually looked like a jockey's saddlecloth. If you know the shape of them, it was shaped like that. Had a number there, there, and there. So that's so as the commissaires could see you on the road.
Yeah. Great drawing for the crowd to see as the dirt falls off. Perfect for my eyes, no good for anyone else. Here we go, we've got a flyer coming around from the back. That's number 2 of Danica Blinko. She's caught them all unawares, a bit napping. As she comes around, she takes the pace off, but she's got her position where she wants to be.
Yeah, she didn't go too hard then. She just wanted to make sure she was at the front. Molly McGill not letting get away with that. As she's coming up, Bella Liang coming in there as well. They're all getting in amongst it right now. Sophie Watts is in there. All the riders are in there.
Julie Barnett, she's starting to wind up that big gear now as well. They'll come around, they'll get the bell. Watch Julie heated up now. Back they come.
Molly McGill's taken off. Ella Liang's trying to go with it. Danica Blinko's still holding it on their own. Sophie Watt down at the bottom of the track trying to get away through there, but Molly McGill has taken the lead. Ella Liang still on the wheel. The riders up high. They're coming around now, but this will come through. Molly McGill will take this out. Ella Liang will come in second place, and Christopher Woodley will run in as third.
The Liang family very happy up here in the commentary booth. Good ride from Ella to come into second. Couldn't quite get around Molly McGill, but a great ride from Ella.
Well, Ella's had a couple of good rides over the last couple of nights, actually, just watching her. And it's great to see her develop over the last couple of years, come to the... yeah, there's Dad. Come through to the position she's riding in now, so it's been good to watch.
Great ride. All right, up next, we've got Olivia Wright, Will Holzberger, Matilda Pratt, Maddie Smith, Victoria Smith, Georgie Tucker and Flynn Larkins.
Larkins, eh? Okay, we got to back him.
They're a dodgy mob, those Larkins people, so watch out for them.
Okay, Will Holzberger's been riding quite well. He's going well. So most of these riders here over the last couple of nights have been putting in some good efforts. It's good to see them. And as you mentioned earlier, George Tucker's certainly developed over the last couple of years.
Again, we'll see a big range of gears on this one as well. Flynn on under 15, Georgie, Victoria and Maddie, Matilda, they're on all 17s. I think Will Holzberg is a 17 as well. Olivia Wright, I think, might be 17. So Flynn, definitely the smallest gear range here. We'll see what he can do.
Well, we've seen what his leg speed's like. You watched him last night with Anthony Lane in the sprints that they had. Anthony Lane's got a gear on with 3 digits in it, and Flynn's is half that.
Yeah, he did some good tactics with Anthony Lane last night. He forced him into an error, and Anthony got himself relegated.
Yes, there was some good riding there. I think the riders were riding with each other, and it was working well, playing the tactic games, which is good experience for young Flynn.
So definitely good value from Anthony as well to give him the experience out on the track. Anthony could have just ridden away with it.
Well, that goes to show the tenure of the man, doesn't it? I mean, he was quite happy to get in there and help out because, as you said, he could have ridden away on the big gear that he had on and Flynn wouldn't have been able to bring him back, but he was quite happy to work with him and give him the experience.
It's great to see. Good to see track riders like that getting out there and giving everyone a go, because you don't get these opportunities on rollers or on your morning ride. You really need experience on the boards, and really good of Anthony Lane to do that with Flynn last night. So they come around. We've got Olivia Wright on the front, followed by Will Holzberger, Matilda Pratt there, followed by Maddie Smith, Victoria Smith, Georgie Tucker, and Flynn Larkins. Down the back straight, no one willing to take a chance to change their position up as they come round. Olivia looking quite comfortable on the back there. Will Holzberger is starting to look around now as he checks out what's going on behind him. He's followed by Matilda Pratt. She's had a good couple of rides. Maddie Smith back on the track. Good to see her out there as well. She got pushed to the limits yesterday and had some good wins as well.
Well, all these riders were pushed around yesterday. They've all had some pretty hectic racing over the last couple of days. And that's what you've got to prepare for when you go away to a state event like this for all these days. It's you've got 3 days of racing, so you've got to make sure you're prepared for it.
Round they come now. The journey's off. Julian's pulled off. Olivia's still got the lead, followed by Will Holzberger, Matilda Pratt. Flynn's starting to come up the inside. They've left the sprinters lane open. He's going to take it. Victoria Smith following Maddie Smith. Not related. Here and they come. Olivia Wright still on the front. Will Holzberger starting to make his place known. Flynn Larkins right up there next to Victoria Smith now as they come around 1 and 2.
Matilda Pratt following Will Holzberger through. And she's dropped through to the back now. She had a good wheel there to follow.
There we go, Victoria Smith from Rockhampton. She's going to go on a flyer. Who's going to chase her down? Looks like it's up to Will Holzberger and Georgie Tucker. She's got about 10 metres as they go through. Round they come. It's still Victoria Smith. George Tucker really having to start to go in there. Now he's trying to catch up. He's got about 5 metres to go. Will Holzberger can't get on the wheel. Round they come, followed by Maddie Smith and Flynn Larkins. Good move from Victoria Smith, followed by Georgie Tucker, Will Holzberger, Maddie Smith, Flynn Larkins and Olivia Wright and Matilda Pratt.
Now
Great move there from Victoria Smith. She just took the bull by the horns and said, I'm going to go.
Well, when she moved, everyone just sort of looked and waited to see who was going to go. George Tucker was back a little bit, but he made a good ride to come around the outside and then try and bridge that gap. He closed it pretty quickly for a while, but then he hit the end of his tether.
It's hard to go up by yourself when there was a gap. That opened up to about 20 metres before they reacted, so a lot to do in a lap. They couldn't quite get there, but they were coming home fast. Good effort by Georgie Tucker, but great tactics by Victoria Smith. She read the race well and went with it.
Well, she took advantage of the situation. Everyone was just rolling around. She said, OK, this is enough. I'm going to go for it. And it worked.
Good ride. Up next, we stick with our Kierin's. Got our favourite off the front, Zach Douglas Savage. He's followed by Bodie Dusha, Josh Franks, Alex Gilfetter, Sienna Monteith, and Joey Black.
Well, this is going to be interesting once again. We've got mostly juniors out there. One rider, though, will have a slightly larger gear than all the others.
Joey Black wearing quite the impressive helmet there this morning.
Yeah, he lost a bet.
It's I didn't want to say anything, Billy, but it's quite the helmet if you look at it from up here. Bright orange, but here we go. Bright orange at the front, bright orange at the back. ZDS will lead us out, followed by Bodie Dusha, Josh Franks, I think that was Alex Gilfetter, Sienna Monteith and Joey Black.
The helmets are actually very aerodynamic the way they are designed to take the wind, and you don't get that buffeting effect as it comes around an ordinary helmet and into your shoulders. It just drifts down straight over your back, not unlike you see the motorcycle riders wear, where they've got the actual lump sort of thing in the back of their jacket as well. So as the air curves around, and the idea of that is technically it increases your speed it goes past, because if you have a look at a bird's wing, it is actually thick at the front and then narrows down towards the back.
Definitely you've got to maintain your position. As soon as you move or change your head direction, it can definitely mess up that wind speed and have the opposite effect, and only comes into effect at about 40 k's an hour, is that right?
It's somewhere around about those lines, yeah.
Yeah. So they come round, 2 laps down under the Derny, that'll roll off this time, no change in the position. Zach Douglas Savage off the front, followed by Bodie Dusha and Josh Franks, the Siamese twins from Balmoral. They're followed by Alex Gilfetter, Sienna Monteith and Joey Black.
Well, Bodie and Josh, yeah, you say Siamese twins, they even train together on Tuesday nights here when they get in to have a ride. So Savage now just looking over his shoulder, waiting to see what happens.
Quite serene. Joey Black looking pretty comfortable at the back. He's definitely on a different gear to the rest of them. You can see his leg cadence way different to everyone else. As they come around, they'll get 2 laps to go. Zach Douglas Savage, his head is on a swivel now. He can't take his eyes off the back. As they roll around, they'll get 1.5 to go. Now it's starting to build up. Joey Black, there's Alex Gilfetter, he's going to have a go. Joey Black's going to take on that as well.
They come in around to get the bell this time. Zach's still on the lead. Alex is trying to have a hit out there, but Joey Black's coming around the outside. As we mentioned, the bigger gear. So see what Savage can bring out of the basket here. Joey Black going...
Too much power from Joey Black as he comes around, gets the speed off the banking. Round he comes, the big gear helps. It's a fight for second now. Good battle there between Josh, ZDS and Alex Gilfetter. Josh over the line.
Yeah, that was a good finish with those juniors. They still went for it. But as we said, you know, the bigger gear makes a bit of difference out there, but not always. Did you see William Elliott roll Pete Macris? So it's dependent on what happens in which situation.
Good ride there from Joey Black, and good from Josh. He came through and took the second place just over the top of Zach Douglas Savage.
Well, they still like to race each other, don't they?
They do. Good, and all good-spirited, good fun racing, but hard.
Okay, next up we'll have Heat 2. We'll have Megan Moore, April Paddy, Isabel Potts, Stella Kay, Chloe Buckley, Eden Seeley-Cunnington and Annalise Murray. Another good lineup of riders there. They're coming up onto the fence now.
Megan Moore on the front. She celebrated her 15th birthday recently, so she'll want to win on this weekend to celebrate that. She's followed by April Paddy. They're going to mistake that. April's had a great couple of rides this weekend. Got a couple of medals in the cabinet, I think, that's gone home. She's followed by Bella Potts. Then we've got Stella Kay, also had a good few rides. Chloe Buckley all the way down from Cairns. Eden Seeley-Cunnington there as well. Looks like Annalise Murray not taking to the race this time around.
No, not on the fence. She's not there. So the bike comes through, the whistle goes, the riders take off, and once again they'll just maintain their formation behind the motorbike, or the Derny.
When they come, these girls know each other very well. They've raced together for a long time. Megan Moore, Bella Potts, April Paddy, the Balmoral girls, they've ridden against each other a number of times. April, first year, under 17s. I think Megan and Bella might both be second year. Bella is first year as well. So Bella and April, first year under 17s. Megan Moore, the more experienced rider out there, second year under 17. Chloe Buckley also moving into 17s this year. Eden Seeley-Cunnington, I think second year as well. First year 19. There you go. A good mix of riders out there now.
Okay, one of the things you might notice if you have a look at the Derny out there, no roller. Back in the day when they used to run behind the motorbikes, there was a roller on the back of the bike, and it was always good fun when you're coming past the crowd. You go up and hit it, and you used to go zing, and everyone used to like that.
Everyone would be awestruck to see how could you do that and not fall off. Megan Moore, as she comes around, she's got April Paddy on her wheel, followed by Bella Potts. Chloe Buckley now up in the second wheel. No one wants to go on the lead. April Paddy comes up the track as well. Bella looks like she'll lead this up. No, she goes up the track. Everyone looking around. Eden Sealy Cunnington, you want someone to mix something up?
She won't swing up to the top of the track. She'll start picking it up. The pace has picked up there a little bit now. She's followed through by Stella Kay. The others are quite happy just to sit in there behind Eden, let her do the work.
Now Bella Potts makes a move around the outside, down the back straight. Chloe Buckley, Stella Kay moves her up the track. It's a long way to go. Round they come into the home straight. They get the bell. Bella Potts gets the bell, followed by Stella Kay. Chloe Buckley, Megan Moore stuck there a little bit down in the sprinters lane. Bella Potts got a good lead here now as they get chased down. Stella Kay trying to get them down the back straight. 3 and 4 they go. Still Bella Potts, she's got good pace on her. Round they come. Bella will hold on to that one just over Stella Kay. Chloe Buckley, fast finishing Megan Moore, April Paddy and Eden Sealy Cunnington.
Yes, that was a very, very good move. Going around there, like Stella Kay was gaining slowly but not quick enough. So very good move there by those riders to get through and take advantage of the situation.
Good move from Bella Potts. She had to go up high around the 3 and 4 with just over a lap to go. She made her way around and held on to the lead. Good move.
Well, going high also has a disadvantage. You have to go up the track, but it gives you the advantage you're coming down, so it gives you a bit of a kick along into that sprinter's lane.
All right, next up, stick with the Kiorins. We've got Chloe Bowen from UQ, Maddie Taylor also from UQ, Felix Crossman, Cam Franks, Flynn Jensen, Ollie Urry and Alex Choi.
A bit of a mix-up of riders here with the elites and juniors. So we'll see what happens here.
A lot of these riders did the junior omnium yesterday, so their legs will be tired this morning as well. Be good to see how they go.
So Chloe Bowen up on the fence ready now, followed through by Maddie Taylor. Felix there, yes. Yeah, Felix is there. Cam Franks is there. Flynn Jensen, Ollie Urry.
And Alex Choi off the back there. Alex making his comeback to track racing. He had the winter off. Said he was going to be a dentist.
Okay, well, he'll have lots of friends, hey?
So this will be a good race. Chloe Bowen coming from triathlon into road and now into track. She's making good progress there. She'll be followed by 104 of Maddie Taylor. Felix Crossman, Cam Franks and Flynn Jensen. They were inseparable yesterday as well. They must breed twins over at Balmoral, I think. We've had Josh Franks and Bodie Dusha. Now we've got Cam Franks and Flynn Jensen. They'll be followed by Ollie Urry. Ollie's been impressive. He's done some good work over the winter and really brought his endurance on. And they'll be followed out by Alex Choi.
Yes, Ollie has been riding quite well, actually. He's been mixing it up with the other riders quite well. And once these riders actually start to learn how to race, it's not all about going fast. You have to watch what's happening around you, know your other riders' strengths and weaknesses, and take advantage of situations when they arise. But you have to learn how to be proactive and not reactive as well.
Yeah, some good skills there. Ollie doing a lot of mountain biking as well. As they come around the Dooney, we'll get 4 laps to go. 1 more lap behind the Dooney. No change. Chloe Bowen, Maddie Taylor. Then we've got Felix Crossman, Cam Franks, Flynn Jensen, Ollie Urry and Alex Choi.
Yes, Alex quite happy just sitting there at the back at the moment. So there's still, get the call of 3 to go this time around. So there's still plenty of time for things to happen. Anything can happen in 750 metres.
And Maddie Taylor, she'll have the gear advantage on this one as well. Billy being able to ride a bigger gear than the rest of the field there as they come around. Chloe takes the pace right off. Alex has decided he's going to come from the back. He wants to go to the front. He looks at everyone as he goes by. What's everyone got? As they come around, he looks a bit wobbly up on the top of the boards there. He chops back down in the sprinters lane. Now he starts to look around. Maddie Taylor up out of the saddle. She's going to make a move now with 2 laps to go. Round they come. She's using that big gear to her advantage. Felix Crossman trying to take advantage. Maddie Taylor looks like she's just going to ride away with it. Felix Crossman with his legs going at about 1,000 miles an hour.
Maddie will come in and get the bell this time. Felix Crossman's trying to bridge that gap through there. Chloe Bowen's going as well. Matty Taylor's got the bigger gear, but Felix Crossman's going to come over and take that in. See how the other riders go.
Around they come. Matty Taylor still going. Felix Crossman trying to come in. Great ride from Chloe Bowen as she comes around. Matty Taylor take that over. Felix Crossman, Chloe Bowen. Alex Choi looks like he got that one in. Then it was Cam Franks ahead of his great mate Flynn Jensen, followed by Ollie Urry.
Yes, well, you knew Matty had the advantage of the bigger gears, but as I said, some of these juniors can spin quite well, and that was seen then. Felix Crossman did a good job to try and get across that gap.
Good move from Matty Taylor. She wound it up. She got the speed up. She went up high, used the banking to her advantage, and she got an instant 3, 4, 5 bike lengths, and that made it hard for Felix to chase that down.
Well, that's the thing. If you can open a gap up before the other riders realise what's going on, you not only do you have to ride faster than the rider in front of you to get to that gap, then you've got to try and go faster once again to try and get around the outside of them.
That's right. Round we come for our final heat of this round of Kieran's. We've got Hunter Davis from Bundaberg off the front. He's got his mate Ben Rudd and Elise Vaughan and Liam Vaughan behind him. This is the Bundaberg practice lap by the look of it. They're followed by Riley Dixon making his way back to track racing with Mackenzie Smith. Can't see Ollie Hutchison out there. He might be giving this one a rest. Always good to see Ollie out there on that bike. He's actually still in the warm-up area, so he might have missed his calling there. You can see Ollie riding around behind Nick Banks-Watson. So Ollie Hutchison might have just missed his race there by the look of it.
Could have been a choice. Maybe he's saving his legs for something else. These riders receiving final instructions here at the moment. Gives the motorbike rider a signal.
Round they come. This will be led off by Hunter Davis. He did well in the Madison on Friday night. Last minute call up with him and Flynn Larkins. They hadn't practiced together at all, so good for them to come in 4th position. He'll be followed by Ben Rudd, followed by the Vaughan siblings of Elise and Liam. They'll be followed by Riley Dixon and Mackenzie Smith.
Yes, it was a bit strange. I was here when you took the phone call when he rings up, and Flynn rings up and says, "Dad, I'm riding the Madison." So, yeah.
Good, mate. You've done lots of training for that. Excellent.
Yeah, so it was nice to see they didn't actually try any hand slings on the night, or they might have pulled each other off the bike.
No, they did too. They did really well, the two riders. So really proud of both of them as they roll around. No change behind the Dooney in the first lap. Round they come. Doesn't look like anyone wants to make any moves just yet either.
I reckon there's a good possibility that one of the Bundaberg riders is going to win this.
I reckon they got 4 out of 6 odds.
Yeah, that's pretty good odds, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's see how they go. We know they're all keen on doing something. So.
But once again, we've got Benjamin Rudd out there, of course. Once again on the bigger gearing. So, but we'll see how that goes. As you've seen, it doesn't always pan out to be your advantage if the juniors can stall them up long enough and leave the sprint as late as possible. They've got the acceleration, whereas you have to wind the bigger gear up.
So the Dooney rolls off now. Hunter Davis inherits the lead. He's got Ben Rudd behind him. Elise Vaughan and Liam trying to make a move now as they come around turn 1 and 2. Liam going up a bit high. Riley Dixon, he made some good moves from the back in the eliminations yesterday, so don't be surprised to see him come around the back. They're followed by Kenzie Smith. Round the back they come, the two Gold Coast riders. What can they do together? It'll be Liam Vaughan. He's holding situation just above Hunter Davis as they come around 1 and 2.
Well, they've got Ben Rudd can't get out. He's having a look. If he wants to get out, but at the moment they've still got him boxed in. So Hunter Davis still leading it out. Liam Vaughan up on his wheel.
Good tactics by the young riders. They've seen the threat. Let's contain it. Let's box him in. So they come round. There's the bell. Hunter Davis goes. Now Liam Vaughan goes. Now Ben Rudd gets his opportunity, finds the gap. Round the outside he goes. They're out of 1 and 2. Look how high he is. He's got Liam Vaughan there as well. Into the back straight down into 3 and 4. Too good for Ben Rudd. He's got the big gear. Winds it up. Liam Vaughan still chasing. That'll be Ben Rudd, followed by Liam Vaughan. Good ride from Riley Dixon and Hunter Davis. They'll be followed by Elise Vaughan and Mackenzie Smith. Elise Vaughan doing really well over the last couple of months. We've seen her increase in her track and road. Really, really happy with how she's going.
Well, I'm really happy that they've changed their numbers round.
That's definitely helped.
Okay, as we mentioned before, that was a great tactic by those junior riders, holding that rider in there for a while, because Ben Rudd having the bigger gear, as you noticed, when the kids took off, or the juniors took off, he had to wait a little while before he could actually get on top of his gear. So very smart move. Okay, we're back now to the Masters Omnium event, riding our tempo, 20-lap event. Once again, same riders as we had earlier before, so be interesting to see how they ride this one. The riders assembling over the other side there. They'll be back out on the track with us in a moment. Is that working better? Two of us? Worked well. Okay, riders getting to roll off the fence now. They'll come around this side, so the starter will assess that all the group is together before they blow the whistle for a start. Mrs. Bathersby down there with us once again today, doing a great job. Okay, rolling across their line. Now they get the whistle to start. Raymond Smith leading them out. They're just quite happy to roll around at the moment. There's a few riders will get in there that'll want to mix it up a bit later on. Luke Bonner will want to have a go. Nick Bank Watson will be watching him. They have a good hit out with each other on Tuesday night, so this will be the same for them. They're used to this sort of thing. Ray Smith still leading them through. Scott Hutchinson sitting there on his wheel. Looking back through the field, you've got Gabrielle Bell still sitting and out there rolling around with the boys. Jay Dorboom in that distinctive blue helmet. Rob Darley has a good sprint. He's rolling around near the end of the crew at the moment. Ron Hughes sitting quietly there in third wheel. Gabrielle Bell's moving around the outside. Luke Bonner decides he's going to go with her. Gabrielle's not happy with the way things are going. She's going to pick the pace up a little bit. Luke Bonner going through. Brad Davis following his wheel through. Jay Dorboom getting up in amongst the mix on the outside of it there. Nick Bank Watson, he's not letting Luke Bonner too far out of his sight. They're starting to pick the pace up a little bit now. Come through and get the bell for a sprint. Gab's still leading him out. Luke Bonner going around the outside. Brad Davis going with them. Nick Bank Watson on the outside, and Jay Dorboom coming into the picture now. They're all rolling around. Luke Bonner's leading this one out. I don't know if Brad's going to try and have a crack at him. Yes, he is. And Brad just got over the line in front of Luke. Nick Bank Watson, Jay Dorboom coming through there. Some of these riders are riding for individual events though, so not all in the same race. So Nick Bank Watson's decided he's going to keep this going. Luke Bonner's going to jump on his wheel. Jay Dorboom sitting there with him. Brad Davis coming through. Sheldon Devandier there also looking to see what's happened. Sean Crossman not wanting the gap to get too big. And Richard Watson coming in there as well with Rob Darley on his wheel. So some of the riders are getting dropped off after that big effort. Gabrielle Bells has dropped back with a couple of the riders. Contesting the sprint then was Dorboom and Davis. Dorboom's quite happy to keep this going. Let's see if anyone's going to chase him down. Luke Bonner's going to go out after him now. Don't know what happened to Nick. He'll be there somewhere. Jay Dorboom crosses the line first that time. Luke Bonner going to go across the wheel. Now come Nick Bank Watson's is coming through now to try and bridge that gap to get across there. Sheldon Devandier in the group chasing closely behind. Here they come. Luke Bonner will go over the line that time. Jay Dorboom, Nick Bank Watson, Sean Crossman rolling through now. So once again, it's the riders. 3 of the 4 riders that were in the group of the scratch race. Got Nick Bank Watson leading him through. Luke Bonner on his wheel, then followed by Jay Dorboom. Sheldon Devandier trying to get across that gap. Rob Darley swings up there at the moment. Rob likes riding from the back. They come around this time again. The lead is still being led by Nick Bank Watson. He's followed by Luke Bonner. And Jay Dorboom still there. And Sheldon Devandier has finally got onto the back of that group. So once again, we've got 4 riders have broken away from the rest of the bunch. We've got 3 or 4 groups of riders out there on the track at the moment. But remember, a lot of these riders are competing against those riders they're with, not the ones that are in front of them.
This is a carbon copy of their first scratch race, Billy, where the 4 off the front, looks like it's the same 4 that we've got. We've got Luke Bonner, Nick Banks Watson, Jay Dorboom and Sheldon Devantier.
Yeah, but Sean Crossman last time.
Yeah, Sean Crossman. Sheldon and Sean swapping out. You can see down in the front straight, Michael, the commissaire, he's pointing to who's in the lead of the race so they can keep track of who's getting the points. Luke Bonner, he's collected a good sum of points as they've come around. Now Nick's starting to make a move down the back straight. He wants to get a piece of this pie as they come around turns 3 and 4. Luke, this might be his last chance to get a point. He does, he swings up. Nick will take over now.
Well, I don't know what's happened here. Jay Doraboom's dropped off the back of that group up there. But once again, he doesn't need to be there. He'll come quite happy to drop him with the group behind, so he's not working on his own. They come through. Nick Bank Watson leads them through again this time. Sheldon Devanty is still up there with this group. Luke Bonner sitting there at the back. Watson swings up, hands it over to Devanty, who swings up straight away. Luke Bonner back on the front again. So let's see what happens when we come around the corner and see if Nick wants to take the other point away from Luke Bonner. No.
Kicking a little bit now as he gets into the main straight. Doesn't want to give Nick the chance to get through. Now he swings up, gets the point, swings up, 4 laps to go as they come around. Sheldon, the only one not collecting points at this stage. Luke and Nick swapping around, but Nick Banks Watson on the lead as they come around the back straight, 3 and 4. Nick comes around, 3 laps to go now as he looks around, sees no one's going to challenge him. Round they go. Luke Bonner starting to sit up now. He's happy on Sheldon's wheel.
Well, the other 2 riders in Sheldon's category aren't out there at the moment, so he's the only one out there in Masters 4, so he's getting points for his division.
There you go, big kick from Luke Bonner. He doesn't want to let Nick Banks Watson come through. Nick, the only Masters 2 rider out there, so Luke and Nick aren't actually racing each other, but they're having their own little ding-dong battle between themselves.
You want to bet they're not racing each other?
Well, not Billy and Jerry O'Connell type of racing, but respectful, so around they come. Nick Banks Watson in the lead. Luke Bonner trying to come around the outside. Both out of the saddle now, it's 1 lap to go. Round they come. Nick Banks Watson starting to stretch his legs. Luke can't get it. It's 2 bike lengths now. Luke sits up.
Nick won't relinquish his lead out there now that he's got it. He doesn't want to do that, but he'll have to fight his way through a bit of traffic. No, Luke's not. He's content, quite happy to roll through now. So Nick Bank Watson will take that out. Luke Bonner, and a good ride from Sheldon Devanty, first of all, to bridge that gap and then hold the pace with those 2 guys.
That was a good ride there between the 3 riders. Good to see Sheldon up there as well, mixing it up with Nick and Luke. Good battle there, but Nick just too powerful on that last lap. He opened up the gap of 3 or 4 bike lengths. Luke sat up. He'd done his work. He did all he needed to do for his division, and Nick, he's a competitor. He's not going to give it up too easy. Well,
the other thing too is these riders all know they've got 2 more major events today, so why spend pennies you don't need to when you could save a few for later on?
Oh, we saw that in the juniors yesterday, Billy, where too many cookies spent and chasing things they didn't have to chase, and there was nothing left in the cookie jar. Yeah,
that's the riders have got to assess that situation when they're doing that. There was a couple of situations yesterday where juniors were trying to do things, as you said, and it wasn't going to be to any advantage anyhow, and they'd be better off just rolling around, accepting what had happened in that event and trying to figure out what they're going to do in the next one.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to do the right thing and make sure you're not spending everything that you don't have to. And now back to our favourite racing. The Kiirins are back up again now. Billy, really excited about this. We've got Ryan Elliott, Mitch Louis, Archie Pratt, Peter Macris, Chris Mullins up on the boards now. We saw a great battle between Ryan and Mitch Louis before. Mitch Louis took the initiative to try and get off the front. He ended up in 2nd place. Ryan coming from a long way back to take the win.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see this once again. You've got we've got one junior out there, Christopher Mullins. He's going to mix it up with these guys. It'll be a great experience for him riding with these riders of this experience.
Well, Chris no stranger to riding with adults either, Billy. He does it with you on a Tuesday night, and at his UQ training, he's training with the adults already. So being out there with the bigger men, not a problem. It's just about getting his cadence up and mixing it with them to get it up there and get his experience up.
Yes, it's all good training. This is as these riders come through their junior ranks, waiting to get up through to the senior levels, gain all that experience and knowledge. This will be a good match-up out here, this one. See how Archie Pratt goes. He had a bit of a kick in the previous one to try and have a go, so he's not scared to get up there and mix it with the big boys.
Archie looks himself again today. He sort of looked a little bit out of sorts yesterday. Having said that, I can't actually see him out on the boards. I know there he is in the yellow and blue on the red Savallo, so it's good to see Archie. He looks himself again today, so looking forward to seeing how that young man conducts himself in this race.
Okay, one of the QAS riders. Oh no, we're all there, sorry. Just a bit out of formation. I couldn't see Ryan Elliott, but he's coming back up onto the fence there
Ryan
now.
Elliott was stalking even on the formation lap, mate. You've got to keep your eye on him to see where he's going.
Because I think they're supposed to be in the order they are on the program, and that's why I thought, well, hang on, there's a rider missing.
That's right, Mitch Louis looking cool, calm and collected on the front. He's followed by Archie Pratt, that living legend from Bundaberg. Talking about living legends, there's Peter Macris, followed by Hollywood Mullins and Ryan Elliott, the international superstar. This will be a great matchup of the Kierin.
Well, with Ryan sitting at the back, he can keep his eye on everything from back there, which is what he likes to do. He can rely on his burst of speed, where some of the other riders have to accelerate up to it in an easier fashion.
Now, for an outsider's point of view, Billy, if we look at this, Dad, Julian Elliott, is on the motorbike. There can't be any collusion between a rider and the motorbike rider. The Dooney rider has to go at a certain pace for each lap.
That's correct. Well, in championship events, the answer is yes. If it's a non-championship event, the organiser or director of the event can nominate what they do. But in the championship event, it's limited to 45 kilometres an hour.
Yep, and they get a little bit faster each lap, correct?
They take off at, sometimes you'll get the rider come through at 35 and then increase to 45. So, and that's what they'll be doing. Louis, have a quick look over the shoulder there to make sure that nothing was happening. Peter Mack was just sitting in the middle watching the wheel in front. He'll just roll around in that position, wait to see what happens.
Mitch Louis is a smart rider. He doesn't want anyone to take him by surprise because the riders can move position. He wants to maintain his spot at the front. So he's spending more time looking backwards than forwards, but he knows where he's going. Archie Pratt stuck to his wheel. Peter Macris there. He'll wind up that big gear. Chris Mullins, you can see, already having to pedal a lot faster than everyone else. He's on that smaller under 17 gear, and they're followed by Ryan Elliott. Off comes the Dooney.
Yeah, even at this pace, you can see Marlowe having to spin fast. There's Mitch Louis still looking around. Peter Macris swinging up and down the track. Here comes Elliott around from the back now. He wants to get up near Mitch Louis so they can work it out. They'll come through. They're still going to get the call at 2 to go. So they're coming in, 500 metres left to run. Ryan Elliott hits the front. He's just looking over the shoulder. Mitch Louis looking around. Pratt still having in there. He's still on the wheel. Macris coming up around the outside. Marlowe trying to go with these guys. Pratt's now ones that have first attack. Mitch Louis going with him. Ryan Elliott will be winding it up on the bottom. They come through to get the bell this time. Pratt's having to go out the side. Mitch Louis goes. Ryan Elliott swinging onto his wheel.
Round they go. Mitch Louis, you've got a good lead there. I think he's got his rear gunner in, Ryan Elliott, holding count. But now comes Ryan. Look at the speed he puts on in that last couple of metres. Comes across the line by about half a wheel length over Mitch Louis. Man, he can pick up that speed.
That's why I said before that he's got the acceleration there from the slower speed to pick it up, and he judged that just right, which is one of the things you have to be able to do when you're out there, because if you go a bit later, it's not going to work.
Good coordinated effort there. He allowed Mitch Louis to go off the front, his QAS teammate. Got that gap, but timed it perfectly to come around the outside. His speed is phenomenal when he kicks. Bridged that gap to Mitch Louis in a matter of metres. Round he went, got the win. Good ride from all riders there.
Well, it was very good racing. You watch, Archie Pratt wasn't intimidated by those riders at all. He was quite happy to mix it up with them. He actually started that to do there at 2.5 to go. He was the one that went up around the outside and said, come on, let's get going.
He had to go the long way around, and he forced the hand of all the other riders. So Ryan Elliott made his way around to take the lead. He wanted that front position, and he got that. So he was able to control the race from there. He looked around, and off he went. Well,
the reason why he swung around and went to the front is because that's where you can control the race from if you want to, and he wanted to keep that pace down.
All right, here we go with another Kierin. We've got out. Who we got? We've got Willem Elliott, Corey Boddington. It looks like Tom Choi, and just trying to see the numbers there. We've got Julie Barnett.
Julie Barnett's on the back.
Eric, I think. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, definitely Eric.
Gentleman of a man, Eric. So his young man Kingsley coming through the junior ranks at the moment. So good to see Eric and Kingsley out at training as well.
Once again, our mate Mr. Slade is not with us today. This could be interesting to see.
Matt Rowe missing from this one as well.
And Byron Philp not there either, is he?
No. So off they go. Willem Ellis, he's subbing in again as a versatile young man. He'll be followed by Corey Boddington. I think we've got Tom Choi behind Corey. We do, followed by Eric and then Julie Barnett.
Well, I tell you what, William Elias, if he hasn't got tickets in the raffle, it's the only thing he hasn't been in today. So he's been in everything else. I've seen him go on out here. He's quite keen to get out there and go, and he'll mix it with these guys. He's not frightened of them.
He has a go. It wouldn't surprise me if he was out at the Sleeman BMX Centre doing training there this morning as well. He does like his two wheels, so round they come. Willem Elias on the back of the Dooney, followed by Corey Boddington, Tom Choi, Eric Wang, and Julie Barnett. Julie was meant to be in the next race, but she's making up the fifth rider in this one.
Yeah, well, they're taking one number out of the next one if all the riders are there, which they have been riding, so that'll give them another, still have a full field in that event, and it gives us 5 riders in this one with because we had 3 riders scratched. So William Ellis wasn't actually down in any of them.
No, so we're all doing well out there today. Now they're starting to look around. There's a bit of a gap.
The bike's going to come off this time to go. Elias Choi's coming around the outside. He might be intimidated by William Elias, believe it or not. Yep. Corey Boddington rolling up with him now. Eric Wang going as well.
None of them willing to take any chances with Willem Elias. They know how fast he can be. They're going to make sure they don't get caught napping by this young man this time round. They get 2 laps to go. Corey and Tom off the front. Now Eric makes a move. He's got Julie on his wheel. Willem Elias. Now he's onto Tom's wheel. He's got the smart pick. He knows who's going to go fast. Round they go.
Well, Corey likes to go from a long way out. He wants to pace up. Tom Choi will give him that opportunity. There they go now. Tom Choi out of the saddle. Corey Boddington can chase him down. William Elias still holding his own. Eric Wang on the outside. Corey trying to get around William Elias, but Tom Choi is going to hold on to take this one out. Corey went up the track a bit too high. William Elias fighting on underneath. Corey's just going to roll him on the line, and William Elias will hang in there for 3rd place, and Eric Wang coming over the top for 4th. So what a ride by William Elias in that event, though.
Yeah, he's going great guns. And Tom Choi, he had enough time to go out for dinner and celebrate before he crossed the line. He had a big gap. Good fight there between Corey Boddington and Willem Elias. Will not intimidated by the bigger gearing or the bigger riders, one iota.
Yeah, no, that's great to see. Coming around there, Corey did get up a bit high on the track as he come around between turns 3 and 4, which is a bit of a disadvantage for him, but he still managed to get the power down and put it back on to come over the line just to roll over the top of William. But a good race nonetheless, great finish.
Good finish. Now, just looking at the riders rolling off on the other side of the fence, looks like we've got Victoria Smith coming around. Ella Liang is out there as well. Danica Blinko, Molly McGill, Will Holzberger in that Bundy kit. I can see him out there. And Georgie Tucker, he's there in 3rd wheel. So everyone except Julie Barnett lining up for this one.
That still gives us 6 starters, so that's a good event. So with 3 dropping out of the last one, there was a 5 in there, so 6 in this one.
Victoria Smith had a great Kierin last time. She caught them all by surprise. She took the initiative, got a lead, got about 5 or 6 bike lengths. No one could bring her back. She just read the race really well. Good to see.
Well, I don't think they'll let her do it this time if they were watching the last one. That's one of the things I used to always say with the juniors when I was running events, and that watch your opposition. Go out and see what they do. Don't sit in here chatting. If you've got opposition riders out there, and this works for everybody, watch them. See what they do. Learn their strengths and weaknesses. Know what they want to do, and then you can figure out what you want to do. But don't ride to their strengths or try and pick their weaknesses. Still know what yours are and know how you can best facilitate them to outsmart or outwit the other rider.
Absolutely. Here we go. Victoria Smith, Danica Blinko, Georgie Tucker, Will Holzberger, and then we have, was that Molly McGill?
Molly McGill, yes, and Ella Liang.
And Ella Liang. Ella going to have to make her way from the back this time. Will she do what she did the last race? Come from the back and make her way up to mid-pack just to make sure she doesn't have to make up that extra 4, 5, 6 metres when the sprint starts. I
think what you'll find she'll do if she's, what I do, so maybe it's what she'd do, I don't know, because she knows that Molly McGill will want to get up next to Danica Blinko at some stage. So I'd wait for Molly to move and follow the wheel up so as not to spend that much energy of my own and use someone else's energy to drag me forward along that group of riders. Because
that looks like exactly what she's doing, mate. She's right on Danica's wheel as they come round. Oh, no, now Ella Liang, she started to make her move around the outside. That's a bit of a surprise. I thought she would have stuck with Danica there. Danica has a look. Will Holzberger, he's going to jump onto Ella's wheel as they come around 1 and 2. No change at the front. Vic Smith, she's doing well.
Well, now there's a lucky move. George Tucker, he knows what to do. He let Ella in. He'd like to be on that wheel as well. So that's the thing. Know the other riders around with you. So Ella Liang now is on Danika's wheel. George Tucker's there. Will Holzberger coming through, and Molly McGill sitting there at the back.
Smart move from George Tucker. He's got a good wheel to hop onto now. Vic Smith just having to go up on the high side now as they come around. That'll be Danica Blinko still in the lead. She's got Ella Liang on her wheel. She's going to have to watch Ella as she comes around. Molly McGill stalking at the back. 2 laps to go. She gets the best view in the house, Billy, as she sees everyone else.
Well, Victoria Smith swung off the front and then realised if I go to the back, it's too far. So she tried to drop down, and once again, George let her in. Ella Liang's going up high here. Danica Blinko still watching it. They come through to get the bell. They get the bell this time. Danica Blinko on the front. Victoria Smith and her wheel. Ella Liang has hit the lead. But can she hold it? Molly McGill now coming around from the back. Ella Liang still holding that there. Molly McGill coming from the back. Danica Blinko trying to find a way out. Ella Liang still underneath. Molly McGill around the outside. She's going to come through. Danica Blinko trying to break her way through there. Molly McGill will take that out. Followed through then by Danica Blinko. And Victoria Smith managed to come through and take out a place. Ella Liang in 4th. Followed through then by George Tucker.
By swinging up, Victoria Smith, she was able to get that draft coming through from Molly McGill, jumped straight onto that, and they was able to slingshot her past Ella Liang on the line as well. Good finish there by Will Holzberger and George Tucker as well. Yeah,
nice tight finish. All the riders in there pretty evenly matched. Good move by Ella Liang to go to the front, make the other riders have to work their way around her. Because if you realise if you can't pass someone, make them pass you. Don't use your pennies when you can spend theirs.
Absolutely. Right, next up, our last Kierin event before we go into our mystery points. Out on the track now, we're going to have Seb Topping, Chris Woodley, Olivia Wright, Matilda Pratt, Maddie Smith, Sophie Watts and Flynn Larkins.
This will be another nice event to watch. Some of these riders here quite evenly matched. See how they go. Like I said, Sebastian Topping, Chris Woodley, all been riding very well, as of the others. Sophie Watts has been in a couple of good events. There's some good finishes. And Flynn Larkins also developing his junior skills.
He's going to have to try and make his way from the back again this race. He's position 6, 2 races in a row. This would be good for him to hone his racecraft. What do I do when I'm in 6th wheel? Where do I go? What do I do? What are the other riders doing?
Well, at the back, there's one advantage of being right at the front, one advantage right at the back. But in the old days, like I said, when the motorbike pulled off at 2 to go, being at the front was very good. The motorbike came off at 500. You could stall for another 30 or 40 or 50 metres if you could, and then hit it hard. But being at the back, you can watch what's happening in front, know what's going to happen, and then make your move when you want to.
You're taken by surprise if you've got the nous to do it. So off the front, we're going to have Sophie Watts. She'll be followed by Olivia Wright, followed by Seb Topping, Maddie Smith, Chris Woodley and Flynn Larkins as the Derny comes around with Julian Elliott aboard. Off they go now with Sophie. She'll take the lead with Olivia on her wheel, Seb Topping, Maddie Smith, Chris Woodley and Flynn as they come around now. Not allowed to change positions on the first lap. Need to maintain your spot in the lineup. You can move after the first lap, but if you can't get a slot in, you kind of need to move back to your position. Is that right, Billy? Or is that just from the front?
No, if you come up and go back, it depends. I don't know. I haven't ridden in the way the rules are lately, but I would make a slot. I just made. If I wanted to go somewhere, I went there, and that was simple.
Of course you would. There's half a bike valve there. I'm going to get into that spot, so around I come. I think if you leave the Derny and try and go to the back, if the second rider doesn't take up your position on the Derny, you have to ride back into that spot.
Not that I'm aware of.
We'll check that. I think we'll double check. There's a couple of commissaires here who might be able to help us out at some stage.
Because the rules have changed a lot over the years. They keep changing them around. But anyhow...
Now Flynn's making his move from the back already with 3 laps to go, trying to come around the outside. He's going to get on Seb Topping's wheel. He knows Seb's been riding well. Up beside Maddie Smith. Maddie and Flynn had a great battle yesterday in the sprint matchups. Good to see them go again. But we've still got Sophie on the front, followed by Olivia. Seb's starting to make his move now. Chris Woodley up next to Flynn Larkins.
Sophie's still watching the front there now. Matty Smith down the bottom, watching the wheels. All the riders are still watching each other. Flynn's trying to move up through to that sprinter's lane. He likes to be down the bottom there where he can see what's happening. They come through this time. Topping takes off. He's going to try and have a go at this.
Now they go. You can see Flynn's under 15 gear, how fast he has to pedal. The rest of them on bigger gears. Round they go. Sophie out the front. No one can catch her. Seb Topping trying. Chris Woodley around he goes. Flynn off the back now. Maddie Smith there as well. But around they come. Sophie Watts will get that. Followed by Chris Woodley, Seb Topping, Maddie Smith, Olivia Wright and Flynn Larkins.
Woodley made a fair bit of ground up there. He wasn't going to catch the front runner, but he made a lot of ground up on it. And that's good to see. He was travelling quite well. And yes, and as you can see, Flynn was spinning there, but unfortunately just can't spin that fast.
But there's a limit to how fast those gears will let you go, right?
Well, it comes back to the rider, actually. It's not so much the gears, it's the rider. Some riders can spin more than others. It just comes back to their physical being, I suppose.
Will Amelius good at spinning and getting as much speed as he can out of any gear he's got.
Well, I was always a rider that relied on the little gears. I had the nickname there for a while called Billy Little Gears because I could ride a much smaller gear than a lot of the other riders did. But I could spin.
Spinning's winning? Is that right?
Yeah, that was what the old saying was. You go back through the years and you'd even find a lot of the juniors going through up under the under 13s and under 15s would be riding a single gear in the road racing with just a freewheel hub. They didn't have gears, they didn't use them, or they just tried to maintain that spinning at all times.
Good way to get your cadence up. Here we go for a mystery points lap, 10 laps. Here we go, Zach Douglas-Savage, Bodie Dusha, Josh Franks, Alex Gilfetter, Stella Kay, Sienna Monteith, Megan Moore, April Paddy, Bella Potts, Joey Black, Chloe Buckley, Eden Sealy-Cunnington, Chloe Bowen, Maddie Taylor. So points every lap. Alex Gilfetter's going to lead this one out as they come round. He's got Josh Franks on his wheel, followed by Bodie Dusha, Zach Douglas-Savage, Megan Moore as they come through. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard as they come through now. Still Alex Gilfetter on the front, followed by Josh Franks. Round comes Zach Douglas-Savage. He knows to collect points early if you can, but it's mystery points. You can get 10 now and the next lap might be 1. Round they come, you collect whatever points you can get. Zach Douglas-Savage into the lead. 4 points for Alex Gilfetter for the first one. Zach Douglas-Savage will collect those points as they come now. Josh in front. See, Zach only got 2 on that round. So he's sprinting again now. Alex Gilfetter on 4 points. Josh Franks is coming around. Round they come. Who's got this one on the line? Oh, I think that might have been the throw for Zach Douglas-Savage after yesterday. I'm not sure. There's 8 points for Zach as they come round. So that's 10 points for Zach, 4 points for Alex Gilfetter. Now we're starting to see a move here. Who's on that red bike in the black shirt? That's the 35. That's Joey Black. He'll collect points from there. He might be dangerous, Billy.
Yeah, well, you've got to watch this. As you said, it's unlike a progressive points race where you know how many points you've got to go and you might want to leave the first few sprints out and wait until there's bigger points. Look, Black's coming through again.
He's got about 40 metres over the rest of the field now. If they're not careful, he'll just sew up the next couple of laps and he'll be unstoppable. Well,
what'll happen now, that's a great tactical move, because what happens is no one wants to individually work with each other. No one can individually chase him down and no one will work with each other to try and bring him back. So he'll sit there now, and unless a couple of the riders say, come on, let's work together, well, there goes Eden Cunnington. She's not going to let it happen. She's going to try anyhow.
Joey Black, though, he's way out the front now. Eden Sealy-Cunnington making a move. Bella Potts on the front. They all swing up again. Bodie Dusha puts the head down. He's not trying too hard. You can see the leg speed. ZDS trying to make a move through the middle. Joey Black is cruising. He can stop for a cappuccino and a scone and still take this one out.
Well, there you go. Zach's willing to get out and have a go there now, and he's taken Alexander Gilfetter with him. But they'll have to work together if they want to try and bridge that gap. Now, the rest of the field's decided they don't want to let these two blokes go. They're going to go and try and go with them, but these two riders could possibly get across that gap. They've brought the gap back a little bit. Gilfetter on the front now having a bit of a go. He'll swing up and let Zach come through. The other riders now are working hard to chase them up.
Zach making up good ground. There's only about 30 metres now. Joey had about 60, 70 metres. Alex Gilfetter, there's the bell. They've left it way too late. Joey Black comes through across the line. He's still got about 20 metres. This will just be for pride on this one. Joey Black looks around. He hasn't had to spend any money at all.
Well, there he is there now. He's realised now that he can just cruise. He's in cruise control now. No good spending pennies that you don't have to.
Fight for second position. Joey Black will take the win. Round to come, Josh Franks. He'll go for the win. He'll take Megan Moore with him, Zach Douglas Savage, Sienna Monteith, Alex Gilfetter. They'd really lost that as soon as they let Joey Black get 20 metres, Billy. He was gone.
Oh, definitely. As you see, I was talking about before about that was a smart little move by Zach Savage there. He sprinted, and as he came around the bend, he said, no, this isn't going to improve anything. So he just let the other riders roll past because he knows there's more battles to fight. But, yeah, once Black got that lead that far and the riders weren't willing to work together, they just weren't going to bring him back.
Next one up, another mystery points. Heat 2, we've got Felix Crossman, Cam Franks, Flynn Jensen, Ollie Urry, Hunter Davis, Ben Rudd, the Vaughan siblings, Elise and Liam, Riley Dixon, Mackenzie Smith from the Gold Coast, Ollie Hutchison, Annalise Murray, and Alex Troy. We haven't seen Annalise today. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the orange Rockhampton kit, so she might be out today. She had a big couple of rides yesterday. Her brother, Alex, also not riding this weekend.
Okay, riders waiting around the other side now. They're probably just wait till a few of the riders are off the track. Okay.
Flynn Jensen looks like he's rolling off from the back. He'll have to take the lead out for this mystery points race. Hunter Davis off the front. They'll join up together now. They'll bunch up well. Commissaires will make sure they're bunched up before they give the whistle for the start of the race. Felix Crossman at the back of the race there. Flynn Jensen trying to wind it up. There's the whistle. Points are on from the get-go. Ollie Hutchison, he rolls onto the back now. Round they come. Still no change at the front. Flynn Jensen up the top now. Ben Rudd. Ben Rudd, just like Joey Black, he can run away with this if they let him.
Well, if he gets a gap, using that big gear, if he gets a gap, he can hit it hard and try and get some points.
Through the middle. No, Ben Rudd denies. Liam Vaughan and Ben Rudd, they worked together well in the last race as well, Billy. So
well, it could happen again here. Have a look at this.
Instant gap, 20 metres straight away. Flynn Jensen rolls up. Who's going to do it? It's left to the minute figure of Hunter Davis to do it. No one. That's not much of a draft. There goes Ben Rudd. He's got a good gap now over Liam Vaughan as well. Riley Dixon from Gold Coast, he's going to try and bridge the gap, but it's already too far. I feel that might already be 50, 60 metres up to Ben Rudd, and then Liam Vaughan stuck there in no man's land in the middle.
Well, look at the body language on Liam Vaughan. He's not chasing. He's quite willing to wait for someone to come across and help him, and then he might have another go.
Ben Rudd, he's just rolling away. Look, you can see he's taken the power out of his wheels as well. He'll save some energy in case someone catches up. But at this stage, Sunday Stroll, he'll collect every single point of this mystery points race if things go as they are.
Well, Liam Vaughan, he swung up to the top waiting for the other riders to come through. They're not going fast enough for him to wait for him. So he's back down, rolling around the track. No real power on those pedals. No angry pedal strokes at all. And, Rudd's just rolling around out the front. It's a cruise.
You can see the pace. Flynn Jensen, he was in contention for that first sprint. Spent all his biscuits on that sprint number one, and now he's well out the back. And Ben Rudd just about to catch him. In fact, Ben caught him at the end of that straight and got out of the saddle. It looks like he's got something to chase now. So a bit like the hare and hound, Ben Rudd, maybe he'll just go through and try and collect as many riders as he can.
Well, he might do that for his own benefit while he's out there. So a bit of a trainer ride. I'll put a bit of an effort in here and kick it along.
There he goes. He can count off the back marks as he goes through. Out of the saddle again. He'll take Flynn Jensen around turns 3 and 4. He's got 3 laps to go. I don't think he'll catch the rest of the field, but he's already got half a lap over Liam Vaughan. Round he comes. He'll try and catch Elise Vaughan. Round he goes, Elise Vaughan. He's just collected every point that he can. Ben Rudd on his way through. I think the rest of the pack might be too far ahead. They're exactly half a lap behind now. You can see Cam Franks still putting in the hard yards. Ollie Urry, after his big efforts yesterday, he looks tired this morning. Well,
Ben comes through now and gets the call of 2 to go, so he's in cruise mode. No good wasting any more energy than he has to.
No, he's got a good gap. No one's catching him from there. It's actually extended, even though he's laid off the pedals. His gap's extended. Ollie Hutchison, he's going to go for a ride now. Too little, too late.
Well, just see Flynn, though, catch Elise and decide to go past. So I thought, well, he could have just sat there and rolled around. He's not going to gain anything. But anyhow, it's what he wants to do.
But maybe that's a pride thing. So round they go. Ben Rudd still with over half a lap over the chasing pack. He's got Ollie Urry in his sights. He won't catch Ollie. He's up on the hoods now. He's on the top of the bars. Round he goes. He's done his warm down. He'll be able to roll off and feel fresh as a daisy, Billy.
Yeah, he didn't work a sweat up in that one, did he?
No, not at all.
Okay, our next event on the program is our event 45 from our Masters Omnium. It's their elimination event. And, of course, this is more commonly referred to as the May the Devil Take the Hindmost.
I love the Elimination, Billy. It's my absolute favourite track race.
You ever tried riding one?
Yeah, I got eliminated straight away.
Yeah, they can be good, they can be bad. I was at a carnival once where I rode 11 races, won 10. Guess which one I didn't win? And I was the first rider out, was the elimination.
The elimination.
And it wasn't by choice. It wasn't by choice.
She can be cruel.
Oh, yeah.
From a spectator's point of view, elimination is amazing to watch. And from a caller's point of view, you get to call the back of the field rather than the front. So,
well, one of the things that you've got to be very careful about when you're riding elimination, especially when you've got a big field, and a lot of people don't realise this, is when the front riders go across the line, in some cases, if they're sprinting, they're safe, so they slow down. The riders at the back are still accelerating. So sometimes you're out there trying to put a set of 38 centimetre handlebars through a 30 centimetre gap, and sometimes it just doesn't quite fit. So you've got to be very aware of that.
We saw that with the young blokes yesterday. We saw Sam Hilditch, Lockie Walters and Porter White with the 3 left on the elimination, and that didn't quite work out so well either.
Oh, that was a little bit unfortunate. That was an unfortunate thing because that was a bit of a lack of attention. Porter looked back over his shoulder to see where the other rider was, and when he turned back, he moved down the track a little bit and clipped the wheel of the other rider. Yeah, clipped Sammy's wheel because Sammy had gone down and slowed. So, yeah, that was a bit of unfortunate.
Exactly what you were talking about, though. Sprint for the line. Once you've got it, you slow down, and it's up to the second rider, third rider, fourth rider, back rider to pay attention to what's going on up the front.
Well, you get a field of 24 riders out there, and when that happens in the first couple of sprints, that sort of thing's happening, yes, it can be a bit hairy at the back end of the group. If you're coming from the back, it pays to go up high. And, of course, the other thing you've got to be aware of, you try and overtake the riders coming into that sprint and you're down below the blue line, the black line, you're down onto the duck board, you improve your position on the blue, you're out as well.
Yeah, here we go. Elimination already started. We got the bell from CJ there. Round they come. I'm not sure all the riders know that the bell's gone. They come round now. Who's at the back there? That might be Scott Hutchison. The bell rang. I haven't seen a call, though. Oh, there we go, 7-0.
7-0, it is Scott Hutchinson. Richard Watson looking in a pretty precarious position there at the back. So not too sure he's going.
So here we go. This will be every second lap. We get an elimination as they go through.
We've got Ron Hughes down on the bottom of the track. Richard Watson just up above him.
A few extra riders out there. I just saw the 106, but I can't see him on the start list. Oh, no, there he is. That's Chris Weir.
Chris Weir is with the distinctive green helmet.
Sorry, I was looking towards the bottom thing. It was in numerical order, but it's not. Had to use my brain and eyesight a little bit.
yeah. It's a bit of, I do the same thing. You go to look down the numbers and you go, hang on, what's going on here? But anyhow, we got Richard Watson was out that time around, so they'll get the bell again now for another roll off. And you see the position of Rob Darley? That's where he'll ride this race from, at the back, and fight his way through every time. It's the way he rides eliminations.
Some people love that, don't they? They try and catch others by surprise. They get around the top. Riley Dixon did it yesterday in the under-15s, always fighting from the back. And you're able to sneak around, and if you can box them in, but that'll be the 75.
Ron Hughes, yes, I knew he was in trouble, and he knew he was in trouble. He was looking around, and there was nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. We saw Alex Hughes do really well yesterday in his Omnium. He had a great couple of rides. Round they come again. They'll get the bell this time round. Who got in trouble there at the back? That's the 112 of... I don't know who the 112 is. As they come around, Gold Coast rider. As they come around the back now they're starting to speed up a little. Guess who's on the front? Nick Banks-Watson.
The Diesel.
The race so well.
The Diesel on the front. Away he goes.
Well, that's a 79.
That's Raymond Smith.
Ray Smith.
He was out. And you can see where Rob Darley is still?
Yeah. At the back, but not eliminated.
No.
Smart rider, Rob Darley. Oh, Simon Dixon is the 112 in the Gold Coast uniform. Good to see Simon out there, Simon Dixon. As they come round now. Good road rider, Simon. What's he got left in the tank now? Can he come round Rob Darley as they come round? dangerous spot down in that sprinters lane because it can change so quick, Billy. You see it happen time and time again.
It does. It can happen there, but that is Simon Dixon now. He's out, so he won't have to worry about trying to find his name on the program again just yet.
Thank God for that. Cross it off. Thank you very much. Round we go. Nick Banks-Watson still on the front. Guess who's at the back, Billy?
Yes. Well, mate, Rob Darley.
Rob Darley. There's the bell. He's been at the back the whole way around. Luke out there. Luke Bonner, out there as well. Getting Luke Plapp, the road rider, getting confused. But Luke Bonner, he's looking good along the outside of Jay Doraboom there as well. Haven't had to mention their names because they haven't been in trouble. Now Rob Darley really having to make his move now. Has he left it too late? No, he hasn't. That'll be the 45 there of Greg Hutton.
See a replay of that.
Commissaire's got a different angle to what we've got from up here, but we're relying on their call. They've got it down there. They've got a better angle as they come round. Nick Banks-Watson still in the front. There's the bell again. Rob Darley on the back.
So Banks-Watson there, followed through by Brad Davis. Chris Weir on his wheel. Jay Doraboom just up out the outside. Luke Bonner sitting slightly above that. Now you see Sheldon Devaney coming around because it's starting to get a bit tighter at the back. And as I said, as it gets tighter at the back, these finishes get hairier.
There we go. That looks like Gabby will be eliminated that time around.
It's Gabrielle Bell's out that time. That's quite right.
Who's at the back? Rob Darley. Sneaks through. Now he's got Sean Crossman in his sights. And what can he do there? There's the bell. Sean Crossman in trouble. He's down in the sprinters lane. He's boxed in a little bit there. What's he going to do? He's got Sheldon on his outside. Now he makes his move, Sean Crossman. Now Rob Darley's in trouble. What can he do here? Sprinters lane, Sheldon Devantia. He could be in trouble. Jay Doraboom at the back as well.
Can Rob do it again? There we go. It's Chris Weir.
Chris Weir. So you don't pick it. He was mid-pack. It's looking pretty. Now he's gone.
Yeah, I know all about it. I just started a minute ago. That's exactly what happened to me. I was third wheel with 12 riders behind me. And then I heard this big noise and I looked up the track and there's the 12 riders.
Bang, bang, bang,
yeah,
bang, bang.
I was gone.
There's the bell. Rob Darley, Sheldon Devantia, they're at the back.
Matty Wynn's not in a very good position there. He's shooting in under the bottom of Devantia, trying to move up further up the pack. Jay Doraboom up the top, Rob Darley down the bottom. He's not in a good position to sprint for it this time.
Spot now. Jay Doraboom going to try and come around the outside. Oh, Rob's luck has run out. There he goes.
Yeah, he's a bit too low down the track to give it a shot that time. Matty Wynn's moved into second wheel there behind Nick Banks-Watson. Luke Bonner up there. Sheldon Devantia coming around the outside. Jay Doraboom up nice and high.
Matt Wynn might be in trouble in that spot. He needs to get himself out and around now. He's trying to speed up, but there's no gap there for him to go. Sean Crossman's got him boxed in as they come round turns 1 and 2. Sean Crossman now in a danger spot. He's on the sprinters lane. Jay Doraboom on his outside.
Well, if Jay Doraboom sits up there like that, Sean can accelerate into a gap there, but let's see, can he quite make it into that gap? And no, he can't.
Can't do it. Looks around, sees no one else there. See you later, Sean Crossman. You're out.
So we're back down to the final 6 riders. So Luke Bonner slowly goes past Nick Banks-Watson. Sheldon Devantia follows his wheel.
Make a move now. He's going to try and make sure he spreads it out. Who's he got on his wheel?
Brad Davis.
Brad Davis there as well. Matty Wynn. Now Nick Banks-Watson. He's at the back of the pack.
So Sheldon Devantia taking the lead now. Brad Davis and his wheel. Luke Bonner behind that. So you've got 3 riders at the back. Nick Banks-Watson, Matt Wynn and Jay Doraboom. Jay Doraboom drops the shoulders. He's had enough for the day. He's
probably got his one sewn up. He's been looking at the other riders that they've gone out. Jay Doraboom probably happy with his spot there.
So now we're down to the final 5. Nick Banks-Watson and Matt Wynn have caught up to these other riders. Nick goes above Luke Bonner.
So Jay Doraboom was the last Masters 6 in that group, so he'll be happy now.
They come around to get the bell this time. Matt Wynn not looking too good there at the back. He's spent a lot of pennies trying to stay with these guys. Nick Banks-Watson leading him around. Luke Bonner on his wheel. Davis just hanging up around the outside. Sheldon Devantia moving up into the sprinters lane.
Front riders haven't noticed that Matty Wynn's off the back. They're still fighting, but there's nothing to fight for. Matty Wynn's going to get eliminated this time round, using a lot of biscuits for nothing. The 4 riders out the front.
That's why it pays to be aware, and I'm not too sure. This is a different kind of, because they're all in different age groups, they might ride this differently. Sheldon Devantia looks like he's given up the ghost.
He thought he was eliminated, Billy. He thought that's where they didn't pay attention. Matty Wynn was already out. He didn't realise he was still in. But anyway, now they keep going. He's going to have to build up Sheldon Devantia. try and get back in the pack. There's the bell lap. That's hard to come back from after he put his head down. Oh, Nick Banks-Watson, what's he? Oh, he's just realised. Oh, hold on there, Sheldon Devante.
Sheldon Devante is going to take it out. Look at this. Sheldon's going to come through. Luke, followed through by Luke Bonner, Nick Banks-Watson.
And the 63 of Sheldon Devante.
That was Sheldon there. Sorry, that was Brad Davis, sorry.
Brad Davis from Bundaberg. Now it's on Luke Bonner. He's off the front. Nick Banks-Watson had to put in a bit of an effort there to get past Sheldon. He wasn't sure he was so close. Had to kick again. Luke Bonner, he's off the front. He's just going to go with it. Brad Davis, he's rolling around with Nick Banks-Watson. It'll be a battle between those two. Nick around the outside comes down the back straight. He'll leave Brad Davis behind. Luke Bonner, he'll go on with it. Can Nick Banks-Watson catch up with him in the next 2 laps?
Or does he want to?
Does he want to? Doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Shakes his head. No, he's quite content now to just roll around because they've still got another event to come later. So,
and Nick's already got Masters 2 sewn up. He's the only rider in there, so he doesn't have to go so hard. Luke Bonner, he's in Masters 3. As soon as Brad Davis was out, Luke had that one sewn up. So his battle was with Brad. Brad eliminated that time around. Luke can just roll around now. He's got that one sewn up. Nick's got his division sewn up. So they'll come across quite a sedate finish now.
Well, they're not. They've already got the positions that they're after, so that's all right. And as I said, no one more race to go, and save some legs for that, I suppose.
Good move from Luke to distance Brad Davis. He knew who he was racing against. He wasn't worried about Nick. He was only worried about Brad Davis, and he made the move, got it done. Brad dropped the shoulders. See you later.
Yeah, yes, but still a good ride out there by all those riders out there contesting, having a go and competing in this event. We've got a lot more Masters riders around, but it's a pity we don't see more of them here racing.
Well, I'm excited about this one, Billy. It's an elimination, but it's got all the big dogs in it. It's got Ryan Elliott, Mitch Louie, Archie Pratt, Corey Boddington, Tom Choi, and a host of others. This will be a good one.
I was a bit surprised to see some of those names in an elimination, to be quite honest. But then again, you never know. Never know how they may go against in this kind of one.
Looks like a UQ hit out. If I'm looking at the start list, it's 2 Balmoral riders, a Bundy rider, and the rest are all UQ.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of University of Queensland riders in there, isn't there?
But I'm not sure what's in the water at UQ because there doesn't seem to be that many riders lining up out there either. I can see Ryan Elliott at the front. I can see Mitch Louie there in second. I can see Peter Macris, Chris Mullins, and Archie Pratt, and that's about it.
Yes, none of the others are there. He's not there. He's not there. Actually, those two haven't ridden anything today.
No, and Scotty's out as well. Here we go. This is going to be a 5-man elimination, almost like a 5-man sprint matchup. And if you're going to look for the odd man out here, it's definitely going to be Chris Mullins on his under-17 gear and Archie Pratt also riding a smaller gear. The rest, Mitch Louie, Ryan Elliott and Peter Macris, they could pick what they wanted, Billy.
Well, yeah, they can. But in elimination, it's very, you've got to be very careful about what choice you use there because sometimes you have to make a quick acceleration. So unless you're going to go to the front and keep the tempo up, big gear isn't the answer, no. You want a gear that you can accelerate on.
Bell lap straight away. Archie Pratt from Bundaberg off the front. He'll lead them through. Ryan Elliott at the back, stalking. We'll see what happens down that back straight. Ryan makes his move over the top of Chris Mullins. Chris Mullins now going to have to get past Peter Macris. Ryan Elliott slows down. He doesn't have to go any further. He only has to look for who's behind him. Chris Mullins trying to come around the outside. I think he does it over the top of Pete Macris.
He sure did. And that's the way you do it. Macris had nowhere to go.
He was stuck.
Like I said, this is the start of the race, but with such a small field, being down there in a position like that is not the place to be.
Chris Mullins now trying to make his way around. Ryan Elliott pushes him up the track. They're going to come up beside Mitch Louie. Oh, Archie Pratt looks around. Who's behind me? There's no one. No. There's only 4 of you left in the race. Round they come. Oh, Archie Pratt, he's done. He's tired. He's cooked. Maybe he thinks he's out. I'm not sure if that was a bell lap or not. But around they come. Archie has swung up.
He's out. According to the scoreboard, he's out.
There's the bell again.
This is going to be interesting. You see Ryan's watching. He's not too... Oh, no, Mullo's
cooked. He's used all the leg power that he had. Now we've got a sprint match up between Mitch Louie and Ryan Elliott. They'll love this as they come around. Will they get the bell this time?
No.
No, they won't. So still another lap.
Another 2 laps to go.
Another 2 laps. But they're both swung up.
Well, I think they should be aware of what's going on. But see, these blokes aren't used to riding elimination races.
Was that a 3-man sprint for the finish, maybe? Commissaires aren't paying too much attention, so I think that's race over. We missed the finish, Billy. I thought there was still 2 laps to go.
So did I. But anyhow, the riders knew what was happening. That's a nice change.
As long as someone did.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got to sit up here and make noise.
All right, cool. And looks like we've got another elimination coming up. We sure have. Danica Blinko, Ella Liang, Molly McGill, Seb Topping, Chris Woodley, Olivia Wright, Will Holzberger, Tilly Pratt, Madison Smith, Sophie Watts, Vic Smith, Georgie Tucker, Georgie and Flynn Larkins, good mates, and Julie Barnett. Well, looks like we've got a bigger field coming out for this one, Billy. This will be good to see.
Well, it will be a little more interesting, that's for sure. Once again, we've got this mixture of sprinters and enduros and small gears, little gears, big gears. So it's all going to be very interesting to see all this happen.
Okay, just confirmation from the commissaires. This will be elimination every lap. As they come round, big field this one, so this will be good. A lot of good races. Ella Liang having a good couple of days. Danica Blinko in there, Molly McGill, but you can get caught. You can get caught out. We saw that with Amelie Sanders yesterday in her Omnium. The riders boxed her in. They knew who the competition was, and they caught her out. So round they come now. They'll ride around and get their start, which is great. Big field for this one. Oh, that's awesome, Billy. Thank you.
Did the double lead one.
Round they come now. That'll be Georgie Tucker will lead them through. He'll be followed by Danica Blinko.
So they've got the whistle on that one to say they've started. They'll get the bell on the next one. Licorice all sorts and microphones don't mix. But that's okay.
Billy's just spoiled us all with some beautiful licorice all sorts, and I couldn't talk anymore, so perfect timing. Thanks, Billy. Georgie Tucker on the front. Who's down there in the bottom lane? I think it's Flynn Larkins. He's down there. He's in a danger spot. As he comes through, Molly McGill down there as well.
Julie Barnett caught at the back there. She's trying to find a way up around the outside.
There's Olivia Wright. She sees Olivia come through now. Julie's having to step on the pedals. I think it might be too late. No, she can't get past. That'll be Julie Barnett. Julie hasn't been back on the board since her World Champs over in Europe a couple of months ago. So this is a bit of a warm-up event for Julie. Just a welcome back.
Looks like I think it's Victoria Smith in a bit spot. No, it's not. It's Olivia Wright.
Olivia Wright. So elimination every lap this time as they go through. So no bells, it's just elimination, elimination, elimination. Now we see in trouble Flynn Larkins and Maddie Smith as they're at the back. Maddie Smith trying to find a slot down there in the sprinters lane. What can she find? It's going to be a battle. Can Flynn come over the top? Looks like he will. That'll be Maddie Smith gets eliminated this time around.
Yes, sprinter out every lap's a bit tough on a 250 circuit. On the old 333s, it wasn't too bad, but 250s, well, we do it on Tuesday nights, and that's because it's a time factor more than anything else when you have a hit out at these kind of things.
Now Flynn in the danger zone as he comes around the top. He'll have to really sprint. Can he get through? Or he might have just taken out his friend, Georgie Tucker. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd say it was 81, George Tucker. Coming out that time.
That one, sneaky move from Flynn. He timed it to perfection. Round he comes. He goes to the front, but then he finds himself at the back again. You've really got to pay attention in these eliminations because someone can come over the top very, very, very quickly. That might be the 38 there of Will Holzberger.
That is a bit of a surprise to see Will out there because he's a bit of an enduro. I thought he might have been the one to make his way through to the front and put the pace on.
Now Victoria Smith, she finds herself in trouble. She's down in the sprinters lane, but she's boxed in. She's got Flynn on top. Who's going to come around? Chris Woodley around the top now. Vic Smith in the danger zone. That'll be Victoria Smith out as well. Victoria's had a great couple of Kierins, but hasn't got it for the elimination. So they come around now. It's so quick. You can go from front to back in the blink of an eye. Flynn starting to look around. He knows it's an elimination. He's going to have to make a move. Has he got the legs up out of the saddle? Chris Woodley looks around, sees him coming. They're going to have to move. Chris Flynn coming around the outside. Oh, he catches Chris snapping.
See, that's Tuesday nights. You must watch Rob Darley.
I think must do it. Now he's around to the front. Now who's he got for company? He's up there with Ella Liang.
But look who's in the bottom now.
Oh, is that Molly McGill or Danica Blinko down the bottom?
Molly McGill at the bottom of the track.
They're going to have to move it as they come through. Oh, Molly will get eliminated this time around. She looks around, surprised to see no one else there. She's out.
So I could see that happening over in the back straight. The other riders were going, and I knew that was going to be a dangerous situation. Danica Blinko not in a much better spot now. Yes, minutes to go. It's going to be... Flynn's going to have to fight hard this time to try and find a way through.
Flynn Larkins, I think, as he comes through. That'll be Flynn eliminated this time around. He did well.
He did really well.
Long.
He rode quite well on that event.
Flynn's had a tough weekend, getting into the Madison by surprise, and now eliminations.
Now flat tyre.
Someone's got a flat there. That might be Danica, I think.
Yep, it is.
Well, someone else has got... There's a lot of noise coming from someone else's machine as well. QAS machine failure as Ella Liang and Seb Topping look around. There's a whole lot of noise. I don't know what's going on what bike. But we've got one ARG on 18 with a broken spoke, I think, as that goes through. I think. And then there was a whole lot of noise coming.
Well, anyhow, the bell's just gone for these two riders. So you've got Ella Liang out there.
With Seb Topping.
And let's see, they're watching each other. Let's come down to a match derby, which often happens in these things. Seb Topping not kicking too hard just yet. Ella Liang's taken up the challenge.
Ella in that panther-like position. She gets down low, puts the shoulders in and goes. Hard to beat from there. Seb's going to try and do it around the outside. Oh! I think that Seb might have just got it. I don't know. Better view from the commissaires down there. Got distracted by all that noise coming from those QAS bikes, Billy. What happened there?
Not sure what happened there at all. I couldn't see him. Well, it happened behind here, so I couldn't exactly see what happened. But initially I just thought it was just a punch-up, but then that noise didn't sound like a punch, did it? It was a broken spoke.
No, there was definitely a broken spoke or something there. Someone had a flat... I thought it was on the infield to start with. I thought someone over-pumped their tyres, but...
That's how you know the exact pressure you put in your tyre. You pump them up till they go bang and then go back one.
Old school, Billy.
That's the way it works, I tell you.
All right, another scratch elimination this time round. Zach Douglas Savage, Bodie Dusha, Josh Franks, Alex Gilfetter, Stella Kay, Sienna Monteith, Megan Moore, April Paddy, Bella Potts, Joey Black. Joey just coming off an elimination not that long ago. Chloe Buckley, Eden Sealy Cunnington, Chloe Bowen and Maddie Taylor.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what happens with all these riders out there.
So what are the rules on a scratch elimination, Billy?
Depends how they run it. Sometimes they'll eliminate so many riders and then finish off with a scratch race.
So like have 5 riders left maybe, something like that?
Yeah, usually work it down. Well, you can see they've got 15 laps on the counter there.
So they'll ring the bell. It'll be elimination each lap until they ring the bell again, and then it'll be scratch race on?
Oh, will be up to how they decide to do it down there. Could be one lap. It was just seen earlier, every second lap. Depending on your time frames they want to run to.
We'll keep a keen eye on CJ down there on the bell and the lap counter and see how this one's going to play out. As they come round now, that looks like the familiar figure of Josh Franks, and guess who's on his wheel? Oh, you won't guess, it's his Siamese twin, Bodie Dusha. Round comes Bella Potts. She's got Megan Moore for company at the back there. We've got the 35 of Joey Black. Joey made some good moves last time where he just used his gear, got to the front, couldn't get caught.
Well, that's what he did. Yeah, he did. Oh, look who's hitting out up the top there now. Who do you think it's going to be? William Elliott.
Absolute machine. He wasn't even on the list. He's in every race so far today. I don't even know how he's got a chance to breathe, but round he goes. Will taking no chances. Hey, I'm going to get a 20, 30 metre gap. Here comes Joey Black and Zach Douglas Savage. Now everyone fighting at the back there.
Well, you got 3 good riders here at the front.
They can join forces. They'll be a force to be reckoned with. Josh Franks trying to get there. There we go. We've got the bell. Elimination this time around. Zach Douglas Savage continues that stringing everybody out. Eden Sealy Cunnington, she's in trouble now.
It's not looking good for Eden there at the back, although she might have a little bit of a gap there to duck through if she can make her own way through.
Stella K, Eden Sealy, it might be Stella, I think, has missed out on that one. Eden just slipping through.
Yeah, that little gap opened up there. Stella went a little bit high on the track. Eden took advantage of that. Once she got her wheel up in front of it, Stella couldn't get back past her again, so hung on.
Now, though, she'll have to get around Alex Gilfetter. Who's that down there? April Paddy, you're in trouble.
No.
5, April Paddy is eliminated that time around.
Yep. See that around. Eden now trying to move away forward.
Round they come. Still getting eliminated. That's Bella Potts down the bottom. She's in trouble. Looks around. Bella will come out this time around. April Paddy unlucky. She just got Eden Sealy Cunnington over the top.
So you got
now Bodie Dusha. Bodie is a wily racer. Round he goes. He times it. He looks around and sees he's in trouble. Slows down out the back. Now he's got Eden in trouble. Good move from Bodie Dusha. Eden Sealy Cunnington eliminated. Bodie times it well. He looks with about a lap to go, sees he's in trouble, backs off, and then ups his sprint.
Well, that's what you need to do when you're back there. You just got Zach and Joe sitting on the front here, just rolling around.
Now Bodie really having to push hard now. Can he get through? He might have run out of luck.
Look
44
like
of Chloe Buckley.
Look like, yep.
Chloe, another victim of Bodie Dusha.
And you've got to hang in for a couple of more laps and see how you go.
7 laps to go this time around. Chloe Bowen got caught in the sprinters lane, Billy.
Yeah, that's what's happening down there now. These riders that are coming around the outside. Once you're down there and you see the riders coming around, there's nowhere to go.
You just have to look and just hope and hold on for the best unless there's a gap. Now Bodie in trouble again as he's at the back. Who's got for company? Alex Gilfetter.
It's Alex Gilfetter, yeah. So Bodie just had enough to push through over the top there.
Bodie's got a body count on this elimination. He's just ticking them off one by one as he comes around. He's been at the back the whole time.
And he
5 laps to go.
Just makes it around there each time. See if he can do it one more time.
And it's good if they haven't got time to react. That'll be Megan Moore out this time around.
Yeah, down the bottom in the sprinters lane.
So Bodie leaves him with no time to react. He just comes over at the last second. Nowhere to go. You're in trouble.
He's going to try it again. Let's see if he's still got the legs to do it again.
He's going to have to go over his mate Josh Franks here. Can he do it? I'm not sure he's got the legs this time. Oh, who's on the bottom? Oh, Willem Elias. Was he caught napping? Oh, there's no more elimination. I've just got the hand signal from the commissaires. Elimination's over. It's a 4-lap scratch now.
But the riders didn't know that, unfortunately. They were still trying to ride an elimination.
There's usually a bell to indicate that's the end of the elimination proceedings. So round we go. 3 laps to go now. It's game on.
They're still riding an elimination. The riders are still riding if it's an elimination, so they're not too sure what's happening.
So Will back in the race. He thought he was out, but now he comes around. He's back in spot. They'll come around. They'll get 2 laps to go. Scratch elimination. Here they go. In the front now, we've got Joey Black. Then we've got
Maddie Taylor.
They'll be hard to beat in this one.
Well, Zach's going now. Look at that. He's had a little bit of a look around.
Oh, God, Zach's a good rider. Round he goes. He animates every race he goes into. Round 3 and 4, lap and a half to go. Who can catch him? Maddie Taylor having to work hard to catch ZDS. Well, he comes through. Oh, who's there? Who's coming?
William Elias.
Round he comes. And he catches ZDS. They might do. He's running out of steam as they come around the back straight. Maddie Taylor got the speed, but she's boxed in by Willem Elias. There's a fight for the finish. Willem Elias thought he was out 3 laps before he comes through for the win.
So there you go. William Elias took that out. Maddie Taylor had the legs, but nowhere to go. She had Zach in front of her. He wasn't going anywhere, and William was just sitting up outside trying to, moving forward. He wasn't trying to box her in. He was moving forward. He knew where he wanted to be and knew how to get there.
Great ride from Willem Elias. He thought he was out. He thought he was still in elimination mode, and the commissaires gave him the wind-up. He got back on the pack, and great timing to come across in front of ZDS.
Well, it is up to the obligation of the riders to know the rules of the race they are riding in. They must be aware of that. You can't say that it's the commissaire's fault or whoever's fault out there for not letting them know. It's up to the rider to know what they're doing. As a matter of fact, many, many years ago, one of the rules in the rule book was to have a rule book in your kit.
So the commissaires would have given him a briefing before the ride and said elimination finishes at lap 5 or lap 6. And
It would have been done either by the clerk of the course, who's on the other side, or the starter. Yes, the riders would have been informed of what the race was all about, so they should have known.
All right, here we go. Another scratch elimination as we come around.
Maybe these riders watched the last one and might learn from it.
Let's hope so. Felix Crossman, Cam Franks, Flynn Jensen, Ollie Urry, Hunter Davis, Ben Rudd, the Vaughan siblings, Elise and Liam, Riley Dixon. We saw his dad get eliminated before. Mackenzie Smith, Ollie Hutchison, Annalise Murray not here, and Alex Choi. As they come round now, they'll get the bell lap. 15 laps, 1 lap neutral. No bell. I'm not sure if this is elimination yet or not. CJ down shaking her head as they come round now. Hunter Davis off the front. At the back of the pack, we've got Riley Dixon and Mackenzie Smith. Round they go. A lot of junior riders missing today after their big efforts in the omniums yesterday. So we come through. No one eliminated, no bell. So I might have a couple of laps neutral this time around, Billy, and then we get the bell to go.
Well, they're not neutral because their lap counter's going down. But maybe there's no elimination. Not too sure what's happening.
This might have just turned into a scratch race by the look of it. Felix Crossman off the front. Riders looking around to see if there's any bell going to go. I can see CJ with her hand on the bell now. Eliminations will start. Not as they cross the line, but the next lap after that. Liam Vaughan, he's gone for a fly. He's got Felix Crossman for company there now as well. And there's Ben Rudd. Ben Rudd having a great weekend. At the back and in real trouble, Maddie Smith from Gold Coast Cycling Club. Mackenzie, sorry.
Well, Ben Rudd didn't want to do a turn then. So that's a bit strange. But those 3 riders at the front have it, if they wanted to, put the pace on and just hold that gap.
There you go, Mackenzie down the sprinters lane. That'll be Mackenzie out this lap. Ollie Urry looks around. He's lucky Mackenzie was there. He's in the danger zone now. Ollie Urry, he's shown some good speed over the weekend. Flynn Jensen now, he's at the back with Ollie Urry. He's got the advantage. Hunter Davis running out of steam in the sprinters lane. It's going to be a battle to the line as they come through. What's Ollie Urry got up his sleeve? Not enough. That'll be Ollie Urry eliminated this time around.
Well, the only thing he had up his sleeve that time was his arm, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's not enough to win the race. Now we've got in trouble Elise Vaughan from Bundaberg. You can see that small gear trying to crank around. She's going to try and come around the top of Flynn Jensen. He's sitting behind Hunter Davis. There's a bit of a gap. They don't want to leave that too big or they'll find themselves out one after the next. There goes Elise Vaughan. Now we've got in trouble Hunter Davis and Flynn Jensen at the backs. Alex Choi, he's opened up about 10, 15 metres over the top of Hunter Davis.
Rudd just kicked it up a gear on the front, so he's stringing the bunch out on the front. So the riders at the back are not trying to miss out on elimination. They're just trying to catch up or stay in the event.
So Flynn Jensen, he sat on Hunter Davis's wheel for about 2 laps and then just slides around to get out of the elimination zone. Now he's got a bit of a battle. He's going to have to catch up to Alex Choi. Alex looks like he's run out of steam already though. I'm not sure if he's aware that Flynn Jensen is coming up behind. He looks around, sees what he can do. He's got nothing to do. Now he looks around way too late. Alex Choi eliminated. Too late to look around as you're coming towards the line.
Well, now Flynn Jensen's fought his way back to that group.
Yeah, now,
and then not just gets there, goes around.
Some good racing. Riley Dixon, he's got a good kick on him as well. This will be between the 3 riders. Ollie Hutchison might find himself in trouble. He is the 69 of Ollie Hutchison. He'll be eliminated that time around. Yeah,
this is good riding out here at the moment. And Rudd's just still sitting on the front, turning it over.
Flynn Jensen run out of juice. He's trying to hold on. He's still in the race, but
Crossman just sitting there following around, quite content. Just let them all have it happening at the back.
Round they come now. Flynn, he got into the end of the scratch race, but he's got nothing left to stay with the bunch. He let too much of a gap go. He ran around Hunter Davis. Then he got Elise Vaughan. Then he got Alex Choi. But it was too much effort to stay on the pack, Billy.
Yeah, he just spent everything there, but a great ride though. Great to see.
Doesn't Ben Rudd look comfortable out the front now?
He doesn't look like he's doing very much, does he?
No, he's got 2.5 laps to go as they roll around. No one challenging either. He's strung them out, wore them out. Now he can go at his pace. Look, he's not even in the drops now. He's just looking around, taking a breath.
Well, Felix has just been sitting there on his wheel getting a free ride all the way around.
If you're going to pick a wheel in this race to go on, I reckon that'll be a good one. Round goes Liam.
Oh, Liam Vaughan having a bit of a ride. Felix decides he's going to have a bit of look around now. And you've got Cam still hanging in there. They're rolling around now. Still got 2 to go.
Liam Vaughan's had a good couple of battles this weekend. He mixes it up. He shakes it up. Round comes Cam Franks. Round he comes. All right, now they need to kick. Oh, look, Ben Rudd. Okay, I better do something.
Okay, who would have guessed that was going to happen? But there goes Crossman out in there. Then Vaughan's having a go. Cam Franks, look at the legs on Cam Franks spinning around.
Yeah, so Cam Franks and Riley Dixon, they're on the same gear there. Cam Franks went from first to last in a matter of 1 lap. Tough situation when you're up against Ben Rudd. Flynn Jensen still on the other side of the track. He'll come round to finish off his race. Good racing there by Ben Rudd, smart.
Okay, here we go, back into the Masters Omnium 30-lap points race. This will be interesting to see, hard to judge. Marvellous how much help we get from electronic equipment though, that'll help us all out. So, but still some of these riders, even though they're not in the same categories, will still race against each other. As we've seen that happen in previous events. This is all part of their championship event. All the riders receiving their instructions over there from the clerk. Getting ready to roll out onto the track. Oh, is that not connected? It's too cold in here for me.
Too cold?
Okay, the riders get the whistle to start their event. All rolling around now, so they'll have this will be for 3 sprints, I would assume. Sprint every 10 metres, so they'll get the bell on 21, 11 and 1. So some of the riders may not get too animated until that happens. Don't think we'll find too many trying to do a breakaway, and this time Ray Smith leads them through. Richard Watson swings up the track. His son Nick rolls through then with Jay Doraboom, Rob Darley, Matty Wynn coming through around there now. Gabrielle Bell's out there once again. Luke Bonner on her wheel following her through. These riders will be right through a bit sedately, I think, until they get their first sprint. They've already had 2 hard races today. See Brad Davis sitting in there. He'll like to contest these things because you've got a few riders in Masters too who'll all be racing against each other.
For the Omnium, this race 4.
Haven't they got another one?
No, because they had the scratch, the tempo, the elimination.
Oh, they have too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my blue. This is the last race for the Masters Omnium. I thought there was one more to come, but they've already had the other 3. So anyhow, rolling around this time, getting the call of 26 to go. Now read through by Ron Hughes. Luke Bonner taking up the gap there now. Once again, these riders aren't going flat out. They're just taking their time.
Ron Hughes just rolling off the back there to the back. Just trying to make sure they can stay on the lead lap. Sean Crossman there. He's got Luke Bonner for company as they come around. Ron Hughes still in the back there as they roll around now. I think that's... Just trying to read the number. I think that is Simon Dixon on the front from Gold Coast, followed by Luke Bonner. Then we're followed by Sheldon Devantia. I think the 63... as they roll through. There's Jay Doraboom, Nick Banks-Watson, he's not too far away either. Rob Darley in there. Rob Darley coming off a great elimination, really smart riding as they roll through now. They'll come around, they'll get 23 laps to go this time. coming around now. That'll be the number 66 of Rob Darley leads us through as they come around turn 1 and 2. Quite a sedate pace. Nick Banks-Watson, he takes about a 1 second lead on the front and then swings up as they come through again now. Everyone taking their turn. No one really skiving off too much, Billy, as they come through.
No, well, once again, they're all riding virtually individuals, so they're quite happy just to do a turn, then roll up. Like Matty Wynn's sitting there at the front now. Weary had done his, although Jay Doreboom's getting a bit excited up the top there because he knows there's a sprint coming up.
So Jay Doreboom on a fly. He's got a lap and a half to go.
No.
He wants to collect the points for that. Or lap and a half till the sprint, my apologies. So he'll come around. It'll be hard. Right. It'll be hard for them to catch Jay Doreboom from there. Sean Crossman trying to give it a go. Nick Banks-Watson around the top. It's going to be too little, too late for everyone else. But around they come. They'll still want to get some sprint points. 5 points for Jay, 3 points for Nick, and then came through. Just missed the UQ rider that just came through there. I missed his number. I think that was Chris Weir.
Chris Weir was down on the. Yes, he came through.
Sean Crossman might have came across and got the final point.
Now Luke Bonner is taking a bit off the front. Sean Crossman's sitting there. Sheldon Devaney is rolling up. Nick Banks-Watson doesn't look like he wants to chase him down at all. He's going to let this go through. Rob Darley's coming through there. And now, so the riders don't really have to chase down Luke unless they're in the same category.
Yeah, Luke's competition is definitely going to be Brad Davis in this one. Oh, Joey Black, sorry, as they come through. No, it is Brad Davis. Sorry, my apologies. So Luke looking around. Where's Brad Davis? Off he goes. Luke off the front now. He's been off for a couple of laps. He's going to try and stay out for another 7, see if he can get some sprint points. He's followed through now by the 112 Simon Dixon. He's down on the front. He will be followed by Nick Banks-Watson as they come around.
Well, Luke Bonner's decided he's going to turn it into an individual pursuit. None of the other riders really want to chase him down because Nick Banks-Watson's coming around. Weary's on his wheel. Well, they've picked the pace up a little bit, so it's Crossman still going with them. Matty Wynn coming through. Sheldon there. Richard Watson still hanging in there in the middle of the bunch.
Yep, Luke just having a good look around, just seeing who's on the front, what the pace is like. He'll manage his effort. He doesn't want to go out as hard as he can. He'll want to conserve as much as he can and maintain as much of that gap as he can.
Well, the riders haven't closed it down. They haven't given up, but they haven't closed it down because some of these riders will be thinking to themselves, well, why should I bridge that gap when he's not in the same event as me, or not in the same category as me, sorry.
And now it's out to half a lap. You can see the impetus come out of the pack. They're not chasing anymore. Luke's not. Nick Banks-Watson wasn't on the front. Rob Darley there now. Weary, he's there. Now look, Nick Banks-Watson hits the front. Pace goes straight up. There's Gabby just off the back. It's still just about half a lap with Luke Bonner. Scott Hutchison off the back there now as well. Now the pace has gone up. You can see it. Nick Banks-Watson and Weary, they lift the game straight away.
Well, as soon as Nick hit the front, though, the first person that got gapped was his father. He's going to get a talking to. Don't want to be in the car on the way home, I tell you.
No lift home for Nick tonight. He'll have to get the train home.
Okay, see, the pace has gone off again now. None of the other riders want to carry that on because there's no need for them to. So Jay Doreboom's just quite happy to roll up. Brad Davis rolls up with him.
Rob Darley down there in the sprinters lane now.
He comes straight up. Matt Wynn didn't even get to the front.
Luke Bonner coming around. Now, does he get points if he makes a lap on a points race?
Well, under normal circumstances you would. In this event, I assume he would.
So he'll be going for the catch. Smart riding too. He'll come around. He'll get the points for this sprint. And then straight away try and get onto the back of the field. So he'll collect the 5 points for the sprint and then try and get another 20 for getting a lap.
Well, it depends what happens here. If all these riders sprint, because they're all sprinting at the moment, they might open that gap back up again and see what happens. But Nick comes through to take out the bunch sprint.
But then he slows down. Straight away across the line, slows down a little bit. Now Luke Bonner trying to get on. Oh no, Nick looks across the track. He's going to go on with it. But here comes Luke Bonner. He's not that far off the back of the pack. The commissaires will decide when he's caught. So we'll go around these lap riders. Weary, he slows it down a little bit at the front. Luke Bonner now looking up. He's run out of juice a little bit. Not much left in the tank as he's taken lap after lap after lap.
Well, he got to those riders, went to go around them, then started to come backwards again. Then he's going to move forward again, so he doesn't know whether he's coming or going.
But the pack's slowed down. Nick Banks-Watson slowed the pack down. Luke Bonner, he'll make the catch now.
He'll get onto the back of this group now without a bit of a problem. So he's there. He comes up onto Richard Watson's wheel.
There you go. That's a caught lap for Luke Bonner as they ride through now. He's caught up to the front. You've got Sean Crossman on the front, followed by Sheldon Devantier. There's Weary, Jay Doraboom. There you go, I think, yeah, so Luke Bonner, sorry, going up to 133 points. Nick Banks-Watson on 122. But again, Nick Banks-Watson, the only rider in his category. Luke Bonner, he's fighting against...
No, Brad Davis.
Brad Davis.
Yeah.
So just the two of them.
Just the two of them in Masters 3. Then if you have a look down there, you've got Sean Crossman, Sheldon Devantier, Matthew Wynn, Chris Weir, all in Masters 4. Rob Darley, Scott Hutchison, Raymond Smith in 5. Greg Hutton, Jay Doraboom, Gabrielle Bells in 6. Ron Hughes 9 and Richard Watson in 8. And Gabrielle Bell's the only female Masters riding in that event.
Looks like Simon Dixon's tried to go off the front. Look, Luke Bonner's still up there in that front group. He's taken a lap and he's up the front. Simon Dixon leads them through, followed by Nick, followed by Luke. Brad Davis there. He realises Luke's taken a lap on him as they go around. Coming around the back, the pace has definitely come out of this one now, Billy, with 2.5 laps to go.
Yeah,
This will be a sprint finish.
It'll be a bunch sprint. So, as you can see, even at this stage, well, you're still going to have these two rivals in the different categories, but they're still rivals. Luke Bonner and Nick Banks-Watson will want to do this. You've got Brad Davis in there. He'll want to have a go. Jay Doraboom's there. Rob Darley sitting on the wheel. Sheldon Devantier riding.
Doraboom, Billy, as they come around.
He's going to try and go.
Jay Doraboom's gone. I'm going with it. Now comes Rob Darley. Nick Banks-Watson trying to catch up.
They got the bell now.
Around. There's the bell. Jay Doraboom. Nick Banks-Watson trying to catch up with him. Can't do it at this stage. Still about 10, 15 metres down the back straight. Nick not giving up. Down to 10 metres now as they come round. Jay Doraboom kicks again. He's not going to get caught. Jay Doraboom through for the win, followed by Nick Banks-Watson, Brad Davies, Luke Bonner. Great ride for the finish. That was Sheldon Devantier taking out the 5th in that race there. All right, after the excitement of the Masters Omnium, that was their last race, so we'll get some medal presentations for that later on. Next up, we'll have the Kierins beginning again. First up, we're going to have Ryan Elliott, Mitch Louis, Archie Pratt, Corey Boddington, Tom Choi and Eric Wang. Grab something to eat quick before they get.
Very seldom ever have the canteen open anymore, do they? Not that I buy food from, but I like to get coffee.
That's rarely open.
I thought you done it.
Well, they keep tons. You know, go across the swimming pool to get it, but fair old lot.
We have to use the make money every time.
We've never sung in this house. Why don't they just go that weekend and have a look like a proper cancer? So the friends I think that all over here is
Years ago, you know, I had a contract. They couldn't make money. We used to run, and they said, oh no, we've got the contract in here, we want the vote around as well. Then they found out they used to lose money. They couldn't just take any other time, but one bloke was talking to me, sort of first thing. They started doing really well. They promoted him, and got done by him, went to train him, but then others wouldn't listen. None of us just come to what they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
I think it's something to spectators. I said, the competitors will leave it, I said, the other people leave it, and then stop doing it.
exactly right. Exactly. All right, as we line up for this next, Kierin, we've got Ella Liang, Archie Pratt, Corey Boddington and Tom Choi. Around comes the Derny. All right, Julian Elliott on the Derny now as they come round. Ella Liang will lead this one out, followed by Archie Pratt. He's followed by Corey Boddington. Tom Choi, prime position at the back there. He'll be enjoying this. He'll get to watch the race unfold from the back. He'll make his move in with about 2 or 1.5 laps to go. Ella Liang has been phenomenal over her last couple of races, really getting stuck into it. She's been doing some training in the off-season. So they come round. 5 more laps to go. The Derny, 2 more laps around. Ella Liang, Archie Pratt, Corey Boddington. Look at Corey. He's right down already. He's just itching to go fast. Tom Choi looking super relaxed at the back as they come around. Julian just ups the speed just that little bit. They can speed up just a little bit each time as they come around. Still Ella, still Archie, still Corey, still Tom. No one changing position as they come through. Down the back straight they go. Derny will come off this time around. Now we start, look, Tom Choi going up nice and high. He's going to try and make a move down the front straight. He's built up his speed. Zoom, round he goes. Now he's up high again. Now everyone's starting to look. Different tactics have been deployed by Tom Choi now. Round the outside of Ella he goes. Pushes her down into the sprinters lane. Now he's in there himself. 2 laps to go. Corey trying to get some speed up. Archie Pratt doing a good job holding on to Corey's wheel as they come around. 1.5 to go. Tom Choi trying to make up some ground. He hasn't hit his afterburners yet. Now he's starting to speed up. Corey Boddington really giving it a go. Tom Choi around the outside of Archie Pratt. Now he goes around the outside of Corey Boddington. Down the back straight. 1/2 lap to go. Tom Choi into the lead. Has a look around. Archie really pushing Corey to the limit as they come down to the line. Corey into second. Just over the top of Archie Pratt, followed by Ella Liang. All right, next up for our next Kierin round. On the front, we've got Peter Macros. He's going to be followed by Hollywood Mullins. He's got Chris Woodley on his wheel. And then we've got Will Emilias. Derny comes off from the other side of the track. Round they come. Peter Macros will lead this one off. Peter and Chris Mullins doing some good work together at UQ training. They'll be followed by Chris Woodley and Will Emilias, the young rider from Balmoral. Will be able to see what's going on in front of him, see what's unfolding. Will happy with the back position. He likes to come from behind in these races. He gets to see what everyone else is doing. Usually has a really good kick along that back straight. 1 lap down from the Derny. 5 laps to go. Peter Macros looks like he's got 2 dinner plates on his front chainring. He's going to try and wind this one up. He's followed by Chris Mullins. Chris and Will both on very small gears, or under 17 gears, not very small, but under 17 gears. I think Chris Woodley might be on the same, seeing his gears as he goes past. So Pete Macris, the odd one out, being able to chuck a big gear on his bike. Rolling around now, 3 laps to go. The Dooney will roll off as they come through. Peter Macris will inherit the lead. Down they come. Off goes Julian Elliott. Peter Macris into the lead now. He stays down the sprinters lane. He starts to look around. Who's doing what there? Will Amalius stalking in the background. Chris Mullins, he's looking around. Chris Woodley looking around. Round they go. Will Emilias starting to stalk up onto the back of Chris Woodley. Peter Macris starting to get some height from the boards. Here comes Will Emilias. Round he comes. Peter Macris starting to wind up. Will Amalius, he'll have to go. Round he goes. He's around the top of Chris Mullins already. Down they go into 3 and 4. Chris Mullins fighting back. They'll get the bell this time round. Now Pete Macris goes. Is it too late? Will Amalius has got a good kick. They come around turns 1 and 2. Will Amalius really kicking along now. Into the back straight. Peter Macris, he's holding on. Chris Mullins trying to come through. He does. He gets underneath with Will Amalius as they come through. Peter Macris, second place for Hollywood Mullins. Good ride from him. He'll be followed by Chris Woodley and Will Amalius. Good ride there from Chris Mullins. He didn't get out of Peter Macris's wheel. That worked to his advantage when Will Amalius was trying to come around the outside. Chris just took that draft and kept going with it. Good ride from them. Next up, we're going to have Danica Blinko, Ella Liang, Molly McGill. Now, we've had a few of those riders up already. Let's see who comes around. So we're going to go straight to Heat 4. We're going to have Olivia Wright, Will Holzberger, Matilda Pratt, Maddie Smith, Victoria Smith, Georgie Tucker, Flynn Larkins and Julie Barnett. As they line up, I can see Olivia Wright, I can see Will Holzberger, he's looking racy today. Then we've got Maddie Smith, that lovely young lady down from the Gold Coast, what a ripper. Then we've got Victoria Smith, Georgie Tucker, the main man from Rockhampton, Flynn Larkins, Julie Barnett, and on the back that looks like Seb Topping. So we're missing Matilda Pratt by the look of this one, but we get Seb Topping in as the topping on the cake. As we go through, Olivia Wright will lead this one out. Off they go. Julian Elliott brings the Dooney around. Olivia, Will Holzberger, Maddie Smith, Victoria Smith, Georgie Tucker, Flynn Larkins, Julie Barnett and Seb Topping. Round they come. Olivia's got this under control. She's followed by Will Holzberger, Maddie Smith, Victoria Smith, Georgie Tucker, Flynn Larkins, Julie Barnett and Seb Topping. A big field for a Kierin 2, 4, 6, 8 riders. This will be a big effort to come for Seb Topping from the back. He's got a good wheel to hold on to. Julie Barnett, absolutely no slouch on the bike. Won a few world titles a couple of months ago in the Masters. So if you're going to grab a wheel, not a bad one to go with. As they come round, Olivia Wright still on the front. 4 laps to go. Next time round, the Dooney will roll off. Olivia, Will, Maddie, Victoria, Georgie, Flynn, Julie, Seb. Round they come. According to the scoreboard, Seb Topping just won this race, so he can just give up and go off the back. Perfect timing. Round they come. Dooney off. Olivia Wright rolls straight up. Will Holzberger, he rolls up as well. Maddie Smith now led the control of the race. She's got Victoria Smith on her wheel. Georgie Tucker. Round comes Julie in the middle. She sees a gap. She's going to go for it. Flynn trying to get onto Julie's wheel as they come through. Georgie slots in onto that wheel. Maddie Smith looks around. Oh, God, there's Julie Barnett. We're in trouble. Here we go. Maddie Smith, Julie Barnett. Victoria Smith, she wants Julie Barnett's wheel. Pushes Georgie Tucker up. Good move from Victoria Smith. Maddie Smith still down the bottom. She's starting to up the pace there. Now Julie starts to wind it up. She gets out of the saddle. Into a lap to go. Maddie Smith having to push. Georgie Tucker coming around the outside. Who's he got on his wheel? Victoria Smith. Flynn Larkin's trying to get onto Victoria's wheel. Seb Topping around the outside. George Tucker coming around turns 3 and 4. Good finish there for George. Excuse me. I think that was a photo finish between George and Victoria.
You're right.
Yeah. Apologies, I think that licorice also at the Billy gave me might have had rat poison in it.
Are you a rat?
I am. I'm a big rat, a big ginger rat. So good race there. I'm not sure who got that win. Hasn't come up on the scoreboard, but great finish between George Tucker and Victoria Smith from Rockhampton. Next up, tempo race, 15 laps. Yep, no, I was just trying to look for the orange helmet of Zach Douglas Savage to make sure I had the right race. Zach Douglas Savage, Bodie Dusha, Josh Franks, Alex Gilfetter, Stella Kay, Sienna Monteith, Megan Moore, April Paddy, Bella Potts, Joey Black, Chloe Buckley, Eden Sealy Cunnington, Chloe Bowen and Maddie Taylor. All right, as they roll around now for their tempo race. 15 laps. Maddie Taylor on the front. She's followed by Josh Franks, Bodie Dusha. Geez, I haven't seen Bodie and Josh ride around together much this weekend, Billy.
No, you see them here on a Tuesday night. They spend a bit of time together, but has there been a bike between them?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Only in that elimination as Bodie just started picking riders off one by one from the back. Round they come. Alex Gilfetter, he's making a move around the top of Josh Franks and Maddie Taylor as they come round. 13 laps to go. April Paddy just off the back there. In contention, not right off the back. Field very strung out. High pace being set by Alex Gilfetter and Maddie Taylor at the front. Josh Franks, followed by Zach Douglas Savage. He's gotten in between Josh and Bodie. This could be trouble. Gap opens up. Who's that? Joey Black trying to come into the middle there.
Yeah, Joey's just getting mixed in there now. Starting to work his way up to the front. He's on Savage's wheel. Field's starting to break up a little there now. That's getting strung out. Maddie Taylor's putting in a bit of pace here at the front. She's got Josh Franks on the wheel. Douglas Savage is just sitting back there. Joe Black's not making a move just yet.
There goes Zach Douglas Savage around the outside of they got the bell. Round he comes. Can Joey Black come around the outside? He's starting to push the pedals. Zach Douglas Savage, he's going to have to push down the front straight.
No, Joey Black.
See that Joey Black comes around the outside.
Yeah, I don't know that Douglas had much left there. He didn't sort of look like he really wanted to kick again.
Yeah, Joey Black, he's going on with it now. He's got Stella Kay chasing him down, followed by Chloe Bowen, Josh Franks, Megan Moore, Sienna Monteith, Chloe Buckley, ZDS, Maddie Taylor. I think there was Bella Potts in there as well. Bodie Dusha's got a bit of a gang behind him now as well as they've dropped right off the back. That's Eden Sealy Cunnington, April Paddy and Bodie Dusha. They look like they're out of steam after a big day of racing. Joey Black leads them across the line with 8 to go. Chloe Bowen making a good move to catch up, Bill.
Well, she gets across onto that wheel and she can sit there. Now, that'll put all the other riders under pressure then to try and get across that gap. Savage realising the danger now, out of the saddle. He's going to try and get across that gap. Three other riders, they see what's happening. They realise that if they don't go now, the gap will be big there. Sienna Monteith decided she'll take up the running and try and get across there as well.
Chloe Bowen, no strange to do riding by herself. Lots of experience in triathlon. Can she get onto ZDS's wheel? She's certainly going to try. ZDS has gone around Joey Black, around Chloe Bowen. Round they come. 6 laps to go. Now Chloe's got Joey Black and Sienna Monteith for company as they come around 1 and 2. Looks like Chloe's still in the front, followed by Joey. Sienna Monteith, Chloe Buckley there as well. Now comes
Madison Taylor's making a move around the outside. She wants to get up into the mix of this kind of thing too now, but she's not got doesn't quite have the legs to take her all the way through to it. So that'll be Chloe Bowen going across the line first there now. Sienna Monteith taking it up now. Maddie Taylor with it. Joe Black is now moving further up into the front. Let's see. Here goes Madison Taylor out of the saddle.
Comes around the outside. We're looking at Maddie takes that one over the top of Sienna Monteith. So they come round. A point for each lap. You're in the lead there. So they come through. Sienna swings up. Joey Black stuck in a sandwich there. He makes his way through somehow. Now Chloe Buckley's going to give it a go. Zach Douglas Savage, he wants another buy of the points. As they come around turn 3 and 4, Zach out of the saddle. He'll go across the line. Zach happy to collect a point on that with 3 laps to go as they come through. They're almost on the back markers as well. ZDS, he's going to go with it down the back straight. Round he goes. He's got about 10-15 metres. Alex Gilfetter's having to take up the chase. No one else willing to do it. Josh Franks jumps onto Alex's wheel. ZDS around the outside of those back markers. He's got about 20 metres now as they go into turn 1 and 2. ZDS still going across the front. Zach Douglas Savage, he looks around. No one chasing. Now Alex Gilfetter trying to make his move. He's got Josh Franks and Megan Moore on his wheel. They'll come round. Here comes Zach. He's got a lap to go. He just has to hold on for 250 metres. Who's that? Josh Franks trying to make a move. Megan Moore now on making a move. Joey Black around the outside. Down the back straight, Zach Douglas Savage. No one's going to catch him from there. That'll be a fight for second now as Megan Moore leads them all through. Josh Franks starting to make his move. Salute victory by Zach Douglas Savage. He goes across the line. Josh Franks, just beats Megan Moore across the line for second and third.
Here's Joe Black, sort of, when the jump went over there, when Doug went over the other side, Joe Black was drifting towards the back, and he jumped out of the saddle to go, but nothing happened. He might have spent too many pennies earlier in the event, riding along out the front there. But that was a great ride by young Zach to take the points away like that. As they roll around now, we get ready for the next event, which will also be a 15-lap tempo race.
Kierin's to finish it off. Haven't heard this song for a while.
Okay, the riders receive the whistle to start their next event. This is Heat 2 of these events. Riders rolling around a little sedately at the moment. Just wait and see if they start to pick it up a bit as they coming through, rolling around this time. Oliver Hurry leading them through. Have Liam Vaughan there sitting just behind him. He swings up the track. Cam Franks rolls up there onto the wheel. Follow throw by Elise Vaughan. All the riders just cruising around at the moment. Probably a lot of tired legs out there at the moment. So a bit of a pick up there at the front. That'll be Liam Vaughan will roll over there to take that one out. Still just rolling around. No one getting overly excited. Liam Vaughan sitting on the front. He's got Felix Crossman sitting on his wheel. He's then followed through by Rudd.
You see the legs starting to get tired, Billy.
Oh, I think
had a big couple of days.
I think everything's getting a little bit tired out there.
The infield looking decidedly more empty than it was this time yesterday.
Yes, it sure is.
So coming through, still Liam Vaughan. He's got Felix Crossman there as well.
I think you'll probably find Ben Rudd will... He's just dropped back in on the wheel. Maybe... No, he's going to go now. There goes Ben Rudd. Felix Crossman will probably try to go with him, and Liam Vaughan will just sit on the wheel. Once again, in a situation like this, you could get those front three riders get together and just roll around and keep it going. Although this time around, Oliver Hutchinson, he decided it's too far to go. He was going to chase that group down, but he's not doing it now.
Off the back, Riley Dixon, his legs are starting to feel the last couple of days of racing as well. He was involved in the Madison Champs on Friday night.
Well, Felix Crossman had a bit of a look around there. He started to come around, but Ben got out of the saddle once again to take it around. So you've got those three riders just sitting out the front there, and then there's a little gap back to the rest of the group.
Liam Vaughan's had a go at everything this weekend. He's always up there or thereabouts. So.
Well, you see him right up there. You see the number right up there.
So Ben Rudd's still happy just on the front. He's got it under control. He looks pretty controlled with this, Billy.
Yeah, he does. Look, Liam Vaughan had a bit of a look around. They've had a look. He can just accelerate with him. He's got a bigger gear. The group at the back's virtually maintaining that same distance.
Ollie Urry's still trying to close that gap. Everyone happy to sit on Ollie's wheel. That's a lot of work to do by yourself to close that gap.
Well, I don't know that they're happy to sit there. That maybe they can't do anything about it. Oh, there we go. There goes Cam. He's decided he's going to have a bit of a go out there and pick it up. And Flynn Jensen's kicked hard to go with him. Hunter Davis going around there as well.
Cam Franks and his twin Flynn Jensen, they're on the wheel. So Flynn Jensen on Cam Franks' wheel. Cam rolls up. Flynn Jensen going to give chase. He's followed by Hunter Davis. Ben Rudd, he takes more points as they go across the line. Riley Dixon just getting lapped there as they come through. Still Ben Rudd on the front. Felix Crossman trying to come from a long way out. It's just a bit of tactics now. How can we get around Ben Rudd? And Ben's off, well, keep trying, but I'm just going to keep going across the line first.
Well, they can't do much about it, unfortunately. I mean, he's got a bigger gear and he's got the advantage. He's riding at front. He's swung up the track now and he's waiting for the boys to see if they're going to go through for a turn. Well, why would they?
Well, they do, but it's just a bit of a shifty by Ben Rudd because now he's going to try and come around the outside. Will he let Felix Crossman collect any points? I don't think so. He gets up out of the saddle, cruises across the line to take more points over Felix Crossman.
That's just teasing the boys.
That's a bit rough, I reckon, Billy.
Yeah, it is. But Liam Vaughan's
have a crack now. It's the only thing they can do, the old 1-2 punch. What can we do?
Well, they've got to try something. A bit of a gap open back there now to Felix. Maybe he's not worried about it. But Rudd goes across to take out some more points.
To get some height now, see if he can use the boards to his advantage, get some speed. He comes around, the gap's closing. Round he comes, Ben Rudd looks around. He's got this under control. Felix trying to come around the outside. Oh, look, there's Ben. I'll give it a kick. Now Liam Vaughan gives it a kick as well. They just haven't got the power to get around him.
No.
Around 2 laps to go.
And they can't, because they're sprinting every time, they don't even have a chance to sort of put one guy in front of him and then try and put him in a pocket or anything. Nothing they can do.
No, they can't even get a wheel in front of him. Liam Vaughan, he's going to have a crack now. They'll come down with a lap to go. Sprint finish.
But you know what is good to see? They haven't conceded.
No.
At least they're trying something. You know, if you don't try something, the answer's always the same.
That's right. So Liam Vaughan having a good crack. He's right on Ben Rudd's wheel.
Well, Ben's looking.
Now he's going to have a crack as they come around 3 and 4. Good move by Liam Vaughan as they come around the outside. What's Ben Rudd got now? Liam Vaughan around the outside. Go, son.
And he gets it. He gets it.
Got the final sprint.
Well, there you go.
And trying. And he got the reward at the end.
That was a good ride by the boys. But like I said, the one good thing about it, they didn't give up. They knew they had limited chances of improving their position, but they didn't give up.
Good sign there. Ben Rudd giving Liam Vaughan the thumbs up as they roll back around. That was a bit of a ding-dong battle between those two. Ben definitely had the advantage, but Liam coming through to take the final sprint.
Yeah, pity it's not worth 30 points.
Would have that been enough?
No, Ben might have went for a bit further out. But it's all good. So, how much are you for that one? No. Sure. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we're back onto a scratch elimination.
Scratch doesn't look like any of those riders are out there. Ryan Elliott, Mitch Louis. I think that scratch elimination might be scratched if I'm looking down at.
Well, I know Peter Macris isn't riding it because he's already packed up. Maybe this is the one he should have ridden. Oh, thank you.
Around they come. If I'm looking at the riders lining up down there, we've got Matty Smith, Olivia Wright, Victoria Smith. We might be going back into the Kierin's. All right, so I don't think we're going to do that scratch elimination. We might be going straight over to event 52, which is the Kierin.
No motorbike out there.
No motorbike, so just waiting to hear.
We'll just wait. I'll just turn the music back up.
Problems, what have we got coming up in this race? Can we just get confirmation of what race is coming up? Is this a Kierin or what have we got coming up here? Okay, so coming up, we're going to have a 6-lap scratch race. Bit different to the program, but 6-lap scratch race. Looks like we've got out the front Archie Pratt, Will Amelius, who's trying his hand at everything this afternoon, followed by Corey Boddington. So around they come. This will be interesting little race here. What's going to happen? Corey Boddington, will he use his speed to try and gap Archie Pratt and Will Amelius? Will Amelius would probably prefer for a sprint finish. We'll see what happens. There's the whistle, 6 laps to go.
Well, I think you'll find what Corey might want to do is he'll get up high, get some height, and hit him hard at about 3 to go because he'll want that pace wound right up. Although Pratt's swinging up the top, hand it over to Elias. So Corey's now got the run at the front, which is what he likes. He'll stay there, and he'll just control the pace from here, not knowing that William Ellis is going to go past him.
As he winds it up, Corey might just get faster and faster. He's effectively acting as the Derny for this 6-lap race at the moment.
But look, I honestly, I do believe. I think if there's a raffle going, Will, please get some tickets. You're going to win it. Okay, here we go now. Corey's starting to pick the pace up. You can see that. He's picking the pace up to where he wants it to be because, as I mentioned, he had a motocross injury, he's troubles with one shoulder. So that means he's having trouble pulling back at the same strength on the bars. But once he gets to a certain point, that's null and void. He can then accelerate full pace.
Around they go. You can see the speed starting to pick up now as well, Billy, as they're starting to move around. Corey pulls up. Will Amelius looks up. Turning into a 3-lap match sprint now as they got 2.5 to go. Archie Pratt, he's going to stick to Corey's wheel. He's decided that's where he wants to be for the rest of the race.
Well, I thought Corey would have kept that going, but you see, he's still got the pace up pretty high, even for a match race, if they were match sprinting. I don't know why he's done that. Could have stayed where he was and done the same thing.
Flynn Larkins asked us last night if we could adopt Corey and take him home with us. The answer is yes. We've got some spare space in the shed if Corey would like to move in. Here he goes. He winds up from the top of the boards. He's going to treat this like a flying
Now, Pratt's going to be straight on that wheel. Now, let's see what Will Elias does this time. Corey winds it up. Will Elias going around the outside. Pratt takes him up high, but Elias doesn't give in. Pratt now coming up to the back wheel of Corey Boddington. Elias coming around the outside, around turn 3, still having a bit of a go. But Corey's going to hold on. Pratt will come in second. Will Elias in third place. But a good ride by all riders. And none of them too worried about trying to mix and match it. It's great to see.
Good match-up between the 3 young men. Corey with the bigger gear. Archie making a smart choice onto his wheel. Will trying to make a move around the outside. Just run out of steam and room to get around. Got to applaud Will Amelius. He's given everything a go today.
Well, I tell you what, if he had a cadence thing on his bike telling us how many pedal revolutions he had done today, it'd have to have about 6 zeros on the end of it, whatever the figure was.
Definitely. He's done some pedal strokes today, that's for sure.
Oh, he sure has. But as have quite a few of the juniors around there, they've been mixing up with these big guys, so therefore they've had to keep the cadence up so as they can travel at the same pace.
All right, now just looking around, I think this might be a 15-lap tempo. 15 laps 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 Scratch elimination. Oh, our last event of the weekend. Scratch elimination. No. Oh no, and then Kierin. Sorry, scratch elimination. So who do we have here? We've got none of them.
We've got none of them. We've got any of these? Any of these riders in it?
Well, we've got some of these guys. Let's have a look at who we've got as they come past.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a mix and match. Let's just throw anyone in.
Will Holzberger, Ella Liang, Chris Woodley, Victoria Smith, Maddie Smith, Flynn Larkins, George Tucker. I just missed that.
Olivia Wright.
Olivia Wright as they come round.
So it's sort of, it come back to the fact that the riders in this race are whoever can throw a leg over a bike. And this is what's left.
So you're heading down, Billy, to dust off the old machine and get out there.
I might stand a chance by now. They're all worn out.
They're all a bit tired.
Yeah.
As they come through.
I've even got new tyres on my bike.
Perfect. All right, looks like a bit of a pace line out there at the moment as they head around. What have we got? Will Holzberger and Georgie Tucker at the back. At the front, we've got Chris Woodley and Ella Liang. They're holding pace. Flynn Larkins making a move around the outside now of Victoria Smith. 12 laps to go as they come through.
Well, Holzberger's slowly working his way around the top. George Tucker's on his wheel, but no great effort. The riders at the front are just quite happy to roll around. Ella Liang just sitting there and holding the line with, I think it's Victoria Smith just outside her wheel.
No eliminations yet, so everyone's just happy to hold positions. Olivia Wright down the bottom there. She's just staying in the sprinters lane until she has to. Doesn't want to use too much juice before any eliminations start. Georgie Tucker now making his way around the outside. He doesn't want to get it stuck at the back with Will Holzberger. So round he comes. He puts Flynn Larkins into his position there, locks him in. Nowhere for Flynn to go as he's stuck behind Victoria Smith. 10 laps to go.
Well, Olivia Wright's not in a good spot down the bottom if they're going to get the bell next time around, because she's down on the bottom of the track as well. And I'm sure Holzberger will be able to move around the outside of Tucker and Flynn.
So Flynn could just hold Olivia down there, and there you go. There's the bell. So it is a elimination this time around.
Well, I thought there'd be elimination this time. So Olivia's down on the bottom of the track. Flynn Larkin just above her and slightly in front.
So Olivia looking for the gap. She's going to have to ease off the pedals. She does. Flynn slows down with her. Now they go around 3 and 4. Flynn stuck behind Maddie Smith. He's going to have to go the long way around. Found himself in a spot of bother as they come round. But it'll still be Olivia on the bottom. She couldn't quite make grounds to get through.
Well, the gap did open up there in the sprinters lane, but when she moved into it, the riders in the front come down around in front of her, which actually moved her backwards again. So then Flynn didn't have far to go to make up that gap.
So round they come now. Another elimination. Maddie Smith in trouble down the bottom. That'll be Maddie Smith. We'll take that one as they come round now. 7 laps to go. Off the back, Flynn Larkins, he's behind Victoria Smith. He needs to start making some moves now. Chris Woodley down in the sprinters lane. Round they come. What's Flynn got left? There he goes, up out of the saddle.
Can he get around Victoria Smith?
Around Victoria Smith. Looks like he will. He's got some pace. Chris Woodley might be in trouble. 32, Chris Woodley. He was in a safe spot, second wheel, Billy, and then bang, you're out. It changes so quickly. Now Victoria Smith off the back. She's going to have to pedal.
Oh no, Will Holzberger at the back now. He's going to have to try and make up some grade.
Here we come. Will Holzberger around the outside. Flynn in trouble. He's got himself into a box.
Yes.
Rode into the box.
He was in a good position there 1 minute and then gone the next.
Yeah.
Holzberger's decided he's not going to play the game anymore. He's going to take off. So then you got George Tucker left there, Ella Liang, Victoria Smith. The last riders left. Holzberger's still keeping this going. The other riders don't seem too worried about chasing him down.
Tucker, Liang, Smith, as they come around. 4 laps to go. Holzberger's just gone, you know what, I'm just going for it.
The other riders are just riding for second place now. Even Olivia Liang's just quite happy just to sit there on Tucker's wheel, rolling through.
Will Holzberger just in his kilo practice for the upcoming state champs. He'll just roll along, see what sort of time he can get while he's there. 2.5 laps now to go for Will Holzberger. Vic Smith starting to make a move down the back straight. Ella Liang straight onto her wheel.
Well, George Tucker's got nothing left. He's just dropped the head down and that's it. So Victoria Smith's coming around. Oh, she swung up the track. That was a bit quick. Ella Liang didn't improve position. She's quite happy just to roll around with it. The girls are actually having a chat, and no one's saying, I don't want to play anymore.
They're probably talking about the Siamese fighting fish that Georgie Tucker bought last night. Anyway, round they go. Will Holzberg is still with a commanding lead.
And Victoria Smith had a bit of a kick out of the saddle. Ella Liang jumped in there. George Tucker's out of it again. Ella's going to go past Victoria Smith, so she'll go around, and for all intents and purposes, it'll be Will Holzberg will take this out. Ella Liang's there. Oh, no, Tucker found something. Well, there you go. He found something. He's going to come around and take out third place.
Mum and Dad, Will and Helen, just gave him the hurry up. Come on, Georgie, we're to drive back to Rockhampton. Get off the track, we're going. So good win there by Will Holzberger. He's just decided he was going to go. He took the early lead. No one could keep up with him. Good finish there by Georgie, Ella and Victoria Smith. All right, our final event of the afternoon, our Kierin racing. So 4 heats. First up, we're going to have Zach Douglas Savage, Bodie Dusha, Josh Franks, Alex Gilfetter, Sienna Monteith and Joey Black.
Oh, I tell you, this is going to be fun. Have a look at some of the riders here paired up against each other. Hey,
They're tired. They only raced like 2 races ago, so the legs are going to be sore. They're going to be tired.
this is not the big boys we saw racing before in the Kierians. This is our up-and-coming champions. Now this is going to change things. No Joey Black. Oh, yes, there is. Sorry, he's at the front.
How could you miss him, Billy? Look at that.
Yeah. Corner post here.
Yeah. Still wouldn't block it out.
No, that's right. I didn't see him roll up there. Actually, to be quite honest, I was looking for the Bundy colours. But I remember now he's been wearing black.
So Joey Black, Sienna Monteith, Alex Gilfetter there in number 3. Alex, a great young rider. He's followed by Josh Franks, Bodie Dusha and ZDS.
You're saying Bodie Dusha and
young man, that ZDS.
you're saying Bodie Dusha and Josh Franks are out there together again?
No. I think they're conjoined twins. They're not Siamese, they're conjoined.
Okay, there they go. They roll away. Joey Black about to jump onto the back of the bike, followed through by Sienna Monteith. The rider's just rolling around there. I don't think anyone will be too worried about improving their positions for a little while. Quite happy just to roll with the bike.
Joey Black giving the thighs a slap. They're tied with half a lap behind the Dooney already, just trying to get them fired up.
You talk about improving your position there behind the bike once they've done their first lap and that. The way things used to ride differently at home. I got a bit of a video at home of Danny Clark riding in Europe in a Kierin like this, and he was sitting second wheel, and a rider from the back come up, tried to put him in a pocket and go just past him and sit inside the outrider, and Danny Clark just grabbed him by the jersey, pulled him backwards, and then rode through the gap. That's the way you rode it, yes.
Yeah. Danny Clark, some good videos on YouTube of him down at the Tassie Carnivals and stuff as well.
Yeah, phenomenal rider. Phenomenal rider.
So
But didn't know there was a rule book. He said, "What rule?" He said, "I'm here to win, not abide by rules."
All right, here we go. Dooney off, Joey Black off the front, Sienna Monteith on his wheel. Joey sets the pace high as they take off. Round they come, up high. Everyone's strung out. No one can move anywhere at the moment. Joey Black starting to use the aerodynamics of that helmet. Sienna Monteith having to pull up. She's had nowhere to go. Alex Gilfetter trying to catch up. There's about 3 or 4 bike lengths there now, though. What can Joey Black do? He's just going to extend his lead. Alex has got nothing. He pulls up.
Well, Joey Black's just riding tempo. You can see that. There's no real urgency when those pedal strokes.
Of course he does. Zach Douglas Savage comes through. He's not just going to sit there as they go through. Joey Black with a lap to go. Zach Douglas Savage. Alex Gilfetter now trying to get through. Joey Black looks around. No one there. It's the 2 orange helmets in front. What's Zach Douglas Savage got left? He's bridged the gap a little bit, but he won't be enough to catch up to Joey Black as he goes across the line, followed by Zach Douglas Savage. Then coming in next, Josh Franks, Bodie Dusha, Alex Gilfetter and Sienna Monteith.
Well, I'm sure they'll be happy now to go and get off the bike and sit down and have a bit of a rest, because it's a big weekend for all those kids. And the adults too, of course. Well, some of those adults are bloody kids in here. Okay, we're getting ready for the next group of riders to come around now. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7. Annalise Murray won't be there, that's for sure. She hasn't been in any of the others, so...
So we've got Megan Moore, April Paddy, Bella Potts, Stella Kay, Chloe Buckley and Eden Sealy Cunnington. As they line up, good chance to talk about the Bundy Cycling Spectacular. That's on in 2 weeks. An absolutely great carnival up there in Bundy. They always put on a good show. So if you've got the time, make sure you head up there. Some good money to be won. Lots of fun races. I saw there's a running race they've got involved this year. I think there's a criterium race on the Sunday as well. So you can get up to Bundy. An absolutely amazing carnival to go to.
You mentioned there being a running race up there. If you have a look of a night time, down the long part of the track, I don't know if you can still see it, but if you have a look there, you can actually see lanes. Once upon a time, many, many years ago, when they first built the complex, back in the years ago, they used to be used for school sports, and they had the 440 around the outside. That's why it's a fun, that 408 metre length, because there's 4 to the mile, and there was the 100-yard running tracks in the centre. And if you go up into the clubhouse and have a look, there are some old photos of back in the days when it was a multi-sports event. This used to hold school championships there. So it has been around for a lot of years and used for a lot of different types of things. And yeah, a great carnival, great weekend. Always love the country carnivals, because a lot of those events you come along to, and there's people who turn up there at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock just after dinner, who've come out for the night. That's their night out. If they're not coming because they know somebody who's racing, because it gets well promoted up there by the local 4BU, the local radio station. They're one of their major sponsors as a rule. But it gets well promoted in the area through the local paper, and the locals just come and watch it. You got people coming in there because that's their night out.
Yeah, great event. So, and last year they were doing sugarcane burning while the racing was on, so the riders were getting a bit showered in the sugarcane ash. The atmosphere, it's brilliant.
We refer to it up there as black snow.
Black snow.
And it's not much good for your bloody washing, I'll tell you.
Round they come. Turney will come off this time around. We got Eden Sealy Cunnington, Chloe Buckley, Stella Kay, Bella Potts. Just missed those last riders.
It was April Paddy.
A phenomenal young lady from Balmoral. She's got Megan Moore on her wheel as they come round now. Eden Sealy Cunnington, she relinquishes the lead to Chloe Buckley.
Well, you watch Megan Moore hit him from the back in a moment.
Yep, she's just stalking at the back there. Now she starts to make her move around the outside of April. April will be wary of that. She'll look around and see it happening. She speeds up out of the saddle. They all know who Megan Moore is. Out of the front, Stella Kay. There goes Bella Potts. There goes Chloe Buckley. Now April Paddy goes as well. She's jumped straight onto the wheel of Bella Potts. Megan Moore trying to wind it up. They've got to jump on her at this stage as they come around turn 1 and 2. It's still Bella Potts. April Paddy giving it a good run around the outside. April Paddy around the outside of Bella Potts, coming to the down line. Chloe Buckley, she's trying to make a move as well. I think I'm in the wrong spot, but I think that might have been April Paddy across the line. I'll have a look to see what Mum's thinking down on the line.
I tell you, that's harder to pick than a broken nose wearing boxing gloves.
Mum throws her arms up in the air. She's not sure. Amelia had a better view of that from the start-finish line. I know Amelia's going to say April Paddy for sure. Sister support. Good ride there between Bella and April. Good way to finish off 3 days of racing. Up next, it looks like we might be just having a look. We've got Chloe Bowen. She's out there. So heat 3, Chloe Bowen, Maddie Taylor, Felix Crossman, Cam Franks, Flynn Jensen, Ollie Urry and Alex Choi. They're a bit mixed in as they ride around, Billy, with the riders.
Yeah, the previous heat still just coming off. It was a bit difficult there to spot them at first. I thought there's only 3 riders there, but no, they're all there.
Here we go. We've got Alex Choi up on the fence. Alex making his comeback from dentistry to join back into track cycling. Ollie Urry lining up. Ollie, you've had an amazing weekend, mate. Well done. On his wheel, Flynn Jensen and Cam Franks. Talk about Balmoral twins. They're another.
There's another set of twins there. Yeah, it's good to see.
Then we've got Felix Crossman, Maddie Taylor and Chloe Bowen with a spectacular entry to track racing from Triathlon and Road.
Okay, this will be a one to watch here. We see how we go again. Once again, we have an elite rider out there with a bigger gear, but also with tired legs. So Maddie's got the bigger gear on these riders, but we've had a few good days of hard racing, so maybe tired legs.
Here we go.
Kids, see, the thing is with the kids, they really and truly only get tired when Mum tells them they're tired. You know, it's a bit like the old story. Why do I have to put a jumper on because my mother's cold?
They'll only be tired tomorrow when they have to
Go to school. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'll keep racing. Oh, school, no. I'm too tired for school.
Too tired for school.
Round they come. Alex Choi, Ollie Urry, Flynn Jensen, Cam Franks, Felix Crossman, Matty Taylor and Chloe Bowen. Second last race of the weekend out on the track now. See our other riders getting lined up, ready to go. Infield is definitely emptied out a lot, Billy.
Yeah, not many riders left out there now. I assume we will be having, not on the program, but are we having presentations?
Yeah, should be presentations, I think, for the Masters.
Masters Omniums.
They've definitely got the podium out there for that.
I'm just looking for the Masters, though. I suppose there's still a few riders sitting around out there. Yep.
I can see.
Oh, Nick and Luke.
Luke there, Nick's there.
Talking to Nick, yeah.
Round we go. Dooney off.
Ollie Urry's just hit the front there, but no great urgency in it.
Yeah. Oh, Alex Choi jumped straight off.
Maddie's jumping out now. Like I said, she's got the gear. Has she got the legs? Some of the juniors will be able to ride with her, but let's see. She's wound it up right up this time. She's going to hit him as hard as she can. Choi's going with her.
As they go around, Ollie Urry, he's run out of juice. That's been a big weekend for Ollie. Matty Taylor, Alex Choi trying to catch up. Look at Chloe Bowen go. She's closing that gap down at a rapid rate of knots.
Well, she'll have no worry getting to Alex Choi. Matty Taylor's going to get the bell. Alex Choi's still going to go. But Chloe Bowen has caught him. Can she get round? See what happens in the back straight when they come out of the Trition.
Down the back straight.
Chloe Bowen now rolling past Alex Choi. She's going to try and bridge that, get up to Madison Taylor. Madison Taylor comes out to turn 4, down the transition. Chloe Bowen will roll through and take in second place, and Alex Choi for a very, very brave third.
Alex Choi just in his first year of under 17, so good ride from him. Good welcome back to Alex. So good chase down by Chloe Bowen.
A nice pedal work there from Chloe Bowen, wasn't it?
Yeah, she looked amazing on the bike then. All right, our final event of the night, Heat 4 of our Kierin's. Just trying to see who we've got over there. If we can see, I see Hunter Davis, he's there. Ben Rudd, he's there. The Vaughan siblings, they're definitely there. Liam and Elise. Riley Dixon, I think he's on the front. I think I can see a Gold Coast uniform there. Mackenzie Smith. Can't see Kenzie out there. Oh, yeah, no, she's in second wheel. And Ollie Hutchison. Oh, Ollie Hutchison's on the front. That's a life cycle thing.
Riley Dixon's not there.
I think Riley Dixon, he struggled a bit in that last race. I think he's run out of legs. So he's had a big weekend as well. He's had Madison Championships. He's had the Omnium yesterday. He's had a few big races today. Time to go home and rest and recuperate. All right, round they come. Ollie Hutchison, the living legend, he's on the front. He's followed by Mackenzie Smith, another legend. He's followed by Liam Vaughan, brilliant young man from Bundy. His sister Elise Vaughan, just as she's wearing that beautiful jersey from the South East Queensland tour earlier on. Then we've got Ben Rudd, and then we have Hunter Davis. I wonder if Ben will give Hunter a bit of a tow around and see if he can get him in for the win, slingshot him in for the win. I don't think the Vaughan siblings would be happy if one Bundy rider's getting advantage over the other, though.
No, well, they'll go home and fight about it at club racing.
Yeah. Round they go. Ollie Hutchison off the fence, followed by Mackenzie Smith, Liam Vaughan, Elise Vaughan, Ben Rudd,
and
Hunter Davis.
Hunter Davis rolling around there. Bit of a gap there, but nothing to worry about. They'll soon close that up without any urgency required. Just slowly rocking around. The motorbike still, well, the Durney still leading him out as they come down now to get the call of 5 to go.
Round they go. No change in the lead there at all.
Ollie Hutchison just sitting on the wheel, had a quick look over the shoulder, but nothing happening. Everyone's just quite content to roll around there at the moment.
And don't forget, if you're a lady and you're listening or in an infield, Wednesday night is ladies' night. Ladies on track at Anime's Velodrome. If you want to dip your toe in the track waters, give that a go. As they roll around, 4 laps to go. Ollie, Kenzie, Liam, Elise, Ben Rudd and Hunter.
So see if Ben Rudd kicks out. If he does, be rest assured Liam Vaughan will try and go with him. They'll all try and go with him, so we'll just see which ones they do. Hunter Davis making sure he's sticking close to that wheel of Ben Rudd, though, because he knows what's going to happen. He's played this game long enough. He's trying to hang on to the wheel, but can't quite do it. He's got too big a gear for these guys.
Now, Ollie Hutchison, he's got a thing they call zoomies. Once he gets the bit between the teeth, he goes for it and doesn't look back. See if he's got that with 2 laps to go.
Okay, Rudd hasn't tried to kick yet. Now he's coming up now. Now you can see him out of the saddle. Away he goes. Liam Vaughan watches the wheel go past.
Yep.
Doesn't respond. Maybe he can't. He's had a lot of racing. He's just looking around.
He's tired. He's struggling to get onto the wheel of Ollie Hutchison there. Elise Vaughan, they're all in struggle street right now, Billy. Ben Rudd, he takes it through, lap to go. Ollie Hutchison, Liam Vaughan, they'll go side by side. Hunter Davis trying to make something of it now. Look at this, Ben Rudd, he's just going to fly around. He's going for a time to get around Animere's Velodrome.
Well,
he goes, Liam Vaughan.
Liam Vaughan has decided he will have a bit of a kick around here, trying to get around Hutchie.
First.
There he goes, just picked him, but what a great ride by all these junior riders, and of course Ben Rudd as well. But good to see the juniors out there still having a go. They've had a big weekend and a hard weekend of racing, but I do hope they've all enjoyed it and have gained some experience and knowledge out of what's happened over the weekend. Big
thanks to the commissaires, the volunteers for making this happen, Bear Constructions for sponsoring the event. Don't forget there's a lot coming up. AJTS for the juniors down in Sydney next weekend, followed by the Bundy Cycling Spectacular. Then we've got the junior state titles here at Animere's Velodrome from the 1st to the 3rd of December. For parents, don't forget that's during the school term. That's on a Friday, so you might have to book a day off. And then we have another AJTS round coming up in Sydney. So thanks to Billy for all his commentary and for all the work of the live stream crew. We'll see you next time.
Okay, and once again, thanks to one of our major sponsors, M&D. That's Mum and Dad. They put in a little time of effort to bring their kids along here, so they have to remember that cycling isn't a cheap sport, but it is a good sport. So I'd like to say, wish you all a safe journey to your kind respective homes. Presentations will be in a moment, so those people who are here to get their medals, please start making your way over towards the dais. That's that yellow and black thing over there at the other end of the field. And if you could get that over there, that would be appreciated.
Thank you, Vanessa, for the coffee and the sausage roll. You're a team DS, so.
Okay, once again, can we get those people who are getting medals to make their way over towards the judges area or the dais? And once again, thank you all for helping. Thanks to all the riders. It's been a good, safe weekend without any real falls. And thanks to Bear Constructions for supporting the event and all the crew and the live streaming that people have enjoyed. And so we hope to see you again here soon on the racing. And I'd like to thank Larko. It's been great fun up here working with him on the mic, calling these races. It's good to see because he knows all the juniors. That's a great thing to see, to get all those kids' names right. So once again, thank you, and we'll see you again next time.
Good call, Billy. Love working with you up here.
It's good with too when you can...
Yeah, bounce off a bit and...
Because everyone's got a different area of knowledge and expertise.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't have a clue what age group some of those kids are in these days. And you don't know who all the old parts are.
No. Well, I know you and Bear. No, it's good. If you can work together, because you've got a lot of knowledge of those older guys and where they've come from and what they're doing. And
Ended up at the coffee.
Saw that. You're lucky, mate.
It was good having those in that A3.
Yeah, I'm going to do that every time, I think. Otherwise, I'm sitting there trying to put glasses on and then take them off to look about what's going on out there. And I'll definitely do that one again for us, Billy.
You want another one of these?
I'm doing that sausage rollers.
No, they've got rat poison in them. They've got rat poison in them.
Yeah. They were beautiful. They're such good licorice.
They are. That's a good one. You what? You arranged for the pickup?
Yeah, I just said we're all we need to change. I don't know.
Right, thanks, gang. We'll see you next time. Bye. See ya. See you, Billy.
See you, Marco. Take care, mate.
See ya.
Music off, guys. Music off.
There you go. What do you think of today?
It's good.
How'd the commentary go?
Yeah, good. It was good. It was the best out of the 3 days, 3 lots.
It's better when you can
Yeah, yeah.
working together. I was a bit hard trying to get in call some of the finishes. Adrian gets a bit excited and wants to do more. So I said to him, do that, and I said, I'll do the Masters. She said, "Oh, well, okay." And then he started doing the Masters as well. But anyhow, it's all right. It's good. It's good. It's good working with him, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Without having meal breaks, it gets really hard.
Yeah, it
You
does.
can do the calling at the same time.
Yeah, it does. at least with two of you, at least you get a chance to go and eat and the other one can take over. When you're on your own, it's a bit difficult.
You got one of them there?
Yep.
Everyone gets a medal.
Yeah. Almost.
Oh, there's no one out there won't get a medal, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's only about 3 in each category, isn't there?
I think there's only one category that I in the bin now.
I've got it. Well, Nick was there on his own, his dad was there on his own.
Monty Hughes was on his own. There was 3 in Rob's.
Yeah.
I think there's only 2 in Jay's. So I'm in the same one as Richard. Some more dodgy calls on these innovations today. You think?
Might be one. I saw.
One. It might be just one.
I saw one.
Because we just looked at each other.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, I was here and I looked at it. I said, really? As I did think I hit me in the arm, he goes, they always call the one on the bottom.
Yeah.
And a different person calling them, but they call. They call 42. And then the rider this side of them. Gabrielle. She's the same as usual.
Yes.
It's nice to slide.
Yeah, but when I looked at her, just.
And she's the only woman. So she should have got gold. Brother said when I was running Masters events, we've had 100 riders. Masters to 120 Masters.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about that this morning for some reason, and I don't know why. But I thought, you know what, John Watson's having the same issues with his competition dancing. He's begging, and he's just recycling the same ones over and over. People he's trying for the last 50 years, and they're getting on. So once the Joes and the Rondas go, and the Ali's and the Marks go, you've got Michelle and Duncan coming through. They're still in quarters. Still got Sheree out there. You've got the Morris kids coming through. You've still got Michaela sitting out there. She might come back. You've got Sarah sitting out there. She might come back. They can find a partner. But what have you got? You've got no one coming through. This is a sport that, you know, at least it's an Olympic sport that goes through. That is not. That's an age thing. But
They're all going up there, aren't they? There.
yeah.